I wish everybody could come into the studio before we start because Ethan's got his headphones on and he's singing the music. He's got a beautiful voice.
That was Ethan?
No, that wasn't Ethan, but Ethan's got a voice.
Well, we know he has a voice. Ethan, where are you still in school?
No, I graduated in 2022.
2022. Mm-hmm. So have you been in radio, TV since where'd you graduate from?
I graduated from UIndy, University of Indianapolis.
Another UIndy.
I'm adding to the list.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so what's your goal in life?
My goal is to be the best absolute producer for Home and Garden ever.
Wow.
Correct answer.
Good job.
And that is why I
You
like
brown noser. You are a good brown noser.
I'm telling you what, though, dude, you're going to go a long way with that attitude.
With Sullivan.
The bar is set very low.
So what else have you done in your life? Like, where have you worked?
So I work at Goodwill currently.
Okay.
Well, tell them what you do because it's really interesting.
So I work for the e-commerce department.
Oh, I know.
So I do merchandise photography. So I take pictures of all the products people are buying, as well as I've worked for the Motor Speedway. I did groundwork, I guess golf and groundwork.
Okay, yeah.
And as well, I've been a contract timing marathons. So
wow.
I've literally done.
You kind of have a little poopery of jobs. Goodwill is interesting because they've trained their people, correct, to look for rare items, and probably some of them don't fit the thing, but they pull them and then they go on their e-commerce site.
Yeah, they have like a quality specialist at every kind of department whose their main job is finding the best stuff.
What's the most expensive thing you have photographed that you can't believe somebody gave to Goodwill?
There's so much stuff on there that I'm shocked by, but a lot of the jewelry we get, there's sometimes where a couple $1,000 bracelet or necklace, goes out there, and I'm like, I have no idea how this got here besides, maybe I have no idea. I have no hypothesis.
I'm tired. I mean, I've done this a lot. I'm tired of seeing Picassos. I'm tired. If I see one more Picasso through this Goodwill job,
Well, do they sell, Ethan? I mean, they're on the website. Do they sell?
Yeah, it's because it's e-commerce. Anyone in the United States can get to it. So
I see.
They have a good amount of reach there because they send out a lot of stuff as well. So
amazing.
It's incredible.
E-commerce has changed the world for the antique dealers. It used to be that you had all these shops in all these small towns. Mom was an antique dealer. But if we'd have had e-commerce back then, I think we probably could have quadrupled her sales just because.
I know, but it's and I understand, right? But there's such an experience to go on antique shopping. My mom used to be an antiquer. She was part of an antique club, and they would take trips and do going down the road and stop.
Did they have the towels and clean up in the car? Because when you go to antique, you're in dust and you're in old barns and stuff. Mom always had cleanup stuff in the back of the car, and we as kids we all had assignments. We knew where we were supposed to go, but she would clean us up before she'd let us get back in her car.
Oh, all the antiquers.
Yeah.
All right, 239-9393. So we have Joe joining us on the program. Hey, Joe, good morning.
Good morning. I've got a few questions for you.
Sure.
Is it too late to cut the rose bushes back because you got to let them heal? Is it too late to spray for weeds for it to go down into the roots to help kill them because it's been so dry?
All right, so it's too early really to cut rose bushes back. So ideally, you would wait and you would cut the rose bushes back in March. However, we know that people like to clean up their gardens and such. So if you want to do that, and it's not too late, you could just cut them back about halfway. So say if you want to end up with 18 inches in the spring, then you would cut them back, to 36 inches or something like that. So if you cut them all the way back, winter kill, then you have to go in and now you're really cutting back to live wood, and all of a sudden you're all the way down to nothing. Does that make sense?
Yes, because right now they're about 6 or 7 feet, so I'll take them down about 3 feet. And
absolutely.
18 inches in the spring that we do every spring.
There you go. That's perfect. No fertilizer right now, though. Don't fertilize till spring.
But what about weed killer, Pat? What do you think about
the weed killer? Is an interesting one because it has been so dry. And the key to killing weeds is that weed needs to be actively growing. So if they have not been receiving water, probably the weed killer won't be as effective. I will tell you that a weed killer called Speed Zone or Weed Free Zone, the carfenazone will actually work at lower temperatures, so that would take care of that problem, but it's not going to take care of the problem of it actively growing.
Fantastic. Thank you for the information. Dr. Dirt helped us move these rose bushes 20 years ago to our new home, and there are my great-great-grandmothers.
Oh.
So they go along.
Wow.
And
I
we
love
give
those
away
legacy
stars to people.
plants.
That
That's
is
cool,
great.
Joe.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I actually hate giving advice on legacy plants.
You feel a lot of pressure.
Oh,
You do
especially-
feel pressure.
You kill them, you're done.
You know, that's the same thing like when
Memorial trees.
memorial trees. And like when we plant a tree in honor of someone who has passed away, I'm like, oh, please make it. Please make it. We lost Grandpa, now we've lost the maple tree.
That is, there is a service in Israel called Trees for the Holy Land, and when somebody passes, Jane and I normally give that. One of the things, the blessing of that, is they never demark exactly where that tree is planted, and they have these big orchards and groves and everything. I like that because if somebody goes over there, they can find where their grove is, but not one tree that could have. Pawpaw, almost.
What happened to you?
I think that's really cool.
It's a really good
That's
idea.
a very cool thing.
But there's no plaque on the tree that says, this is Walter W. Mondale. No, it doesn't say
Gotcha.
that. You know, he's in the grove.
Walter is in the grove.
In the grove. That's right. Hey,
So Taylor Swift
oh my gosh.
is next weekend.
First, second, and third.
So this was a disappointing thing, and I guess not totally unexpected. 81% of the tickets sold are sold to people out of state.
That's not surprising because I truly have a theory that's so backing up. And if anyone who doesn't know, you had to apply to get a access code in order to even get the opportunity to buy tickets.
That sucks.
Which is really unfortunate. And most of the people I know who applied for this, which is many people.
Oh, I applied.
You applied. Your whole
Yep.
family applied. A lot of us got waitlisted, which just means, maybe some tickets will open
That was
up.
something, yeah.
So the majority of people that I know who got tickets were either people who had never gone before or out-of-state people. And my theory is they want out-of-state people because they're going to stay in hotels. They're going to spend money in the city.
I know, but it
That's
doesn't
not
seem
fair to
like
the
they would
locals,
have.
But I think that's it, though.
Are they that devious, Allison?
Yes.
Can they do it that
yeah.
way?
I mean, between Ticketmaster and all these big companies, I really think it's crazy how many people. But I will say, too, the reason people are so obsessed with this particular city is because this is her last tour stop in America. Like, that's it. Like, she's done. She has a couple in Canada, but then the tour itself is done. So that's why a lot of people are like, oh, we didn't get to go last time. And just a little insider, she released a new album in the middle of her tour, which means she added new songs to the concert. So if you saw it like I did a year or two ago, she's added more songs now.
How did you get tickets?
So the first time around, I went to Cincinnati, and it was the same thing. It was right when they gave us an access code to Cincinnati, and so I waited on my computer for. I logged in right at 10 a.m. They put you in a virtual queue, and it just buffered for 5 hours. And I did not close my window because I've learned that before. If you close your window, you lose your spot. So I just walked around this building doing the rest of my regular work with my laptop.
And it finally
opened up. Actually, it opened up right in Sullivan's parking lot.
Oh, is that right?
And I immediately got right on it. So I just waited it out.
Allison, she's one of the best business people. She sold her book. I mean, you can sell your talent or your music. And she sold her book, but then she went back and she has re-recorded all of them in live spots and during this tour. She's got a whole new book to sell now. She's an incredible businesswoman, very shrewd.
Very, very good.
So, yeah, and there's a lot of people who grew up with her music like me, and then there's people who, like, they have little girls now, and they've shared her music with them, so now the little girls want to go, too. I mean, it's just a growing fan base, and it's fun. I know a lot of people think it's annoying and whatever.
I don't think it's annoying.
But I think it's special, and it's
We're selling
cool
merch like crazy. We just got Taylor Swift ornaments in.
Did you really?
Yeah.
But it's kind
You didn't think of that. One of your buyers did? Or did you think of Taylor Swift ornaments? It
no,
happened.
but I mean, anybody that would have run across them would have.
Oh, yeah, we have a whole
We
little
have
Taylor
14
Swift
buyers
section
down there.
But I was kind of thinking this week, this is kind of like the eclipse. Like, there's a big build-up.
Yeah, there is.
Everyone's talking about it. People are coming in from town. Some people think you're crazy.
Yep.
But others are obsessed with it.
No, I think it's a phenom. It's kind of interesting.
So anyway, just be patient with all of the visitors next weekend, but I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be great. 239-9393. Coming right back with more 93 WIBC. Brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. That's right. It's the Michaelis Corporation. Good morning, Saturday's Home and Garden program. We're here till 1 o'clock taking your calls, 239-9393. And when Allison was telling her story about having a hard time and watching the buffering of the computer, waiting for Taylor Swift tickets, I did want to mention the Sullivan Express tickets are going on sale on Friday, November 1st at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's the same thing. If it buffers,
do not close your window. Don't
close your window. And we have had a few. We're a challenge to that. We use a ticketing system called ThunderTix. Mm-hmm. And they're not a big company, but our little event is a challenge.
Yeah,
for them.
We have to literally call them and be like, hey, just a reminder.
Yeah. A little more bandwidth over here. So, so that goes on sale Friday. So make sure you hit that. All right, because I want someone to call us about the Brebeuf-Danville game.
Oh.
The Brebeuf-Danville
last
high
play,
school football
Did
game.
you see it?
No, but what do you know the whole details, the whole story?
It was unsportsmanlike conduct on the last play, and I think, but I'm not positive, that Danville celebrated too early or said something. There was once they brought it back, had 1 second on the clock. Brebeuf ran.
I thought it was in overtime.
Well, it doesn't matter. It was the last play, and they went in and they scored, or Brebeuf went in and scored because Danville thought they had won and they were celebrating.
Okay, but there is no clock in overtime.
Well, I'm just telling you. Asked me what happened.
Well, I know, but I just go with me here. I'm not arguing with you.
They had one. They put 1 second back on the clock and let them run one more play. Okay, maybe they didn't put anything on the clock. Again, I'm getting it secondhand from what I.
That's why I want someone to call who was there or something, because Danville had scored 29 unanswered points. I heard that. They went to overtime, which I don't believe is a clock. So Danville stopped Brebeuf, and maybe again, I'm hearing this, and they were called for unsportsman for celebrating, but it seems like when they stopped them, the game would have been over.
If you can't.
I'm Googling to see if there was any chatter online.
239-9393 if you were at the game.
Trick plays, controversy, overtime finish on the Indy Star. So something happened.
That was all the laterals. There was one team that was playing had a lot of laterals.
Oh, really?
Did you see that?
Did it work?
Yeah, it did. They got in and they scored.
Very nice. Let's see. We have, is it Ramby?
Yes.
Hey, how are you? Good morning.
I'm blessed, thank you. And I seem like I call you all the time to get information. I have this area around the house that has river rock.
Okay.
A pine tree seedling has sprouted up through the river rock.
Okay.
It's only about 3 inches high. And I was wondering if I should try to take that out and transplant it or leave it and see what happens over the winter.
Can you do anything with the river rock? Can you move it away so that it doesn't get baked in the sun?
Yeah, I've already moved some of the rock, and it gets afternoon sun.
You know, I don't think I would upset it. I think what I would do is you pull the rock back like you did, and then I would put a heavy layer of mulch around it, because there's the root development during the months of October, November, and December is pretty substantial. So why not let that little guy get a little more mature before you go moving it? I just think that if you move it now, then you're going to stop that root development.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. Hey, thanks for the call.
Bye-bye.
239-9393. Pat Sullivan, Denny Smith. Terry Stacy is wandering around the studio. We're having a little microphone problem, but I'm sure Terry could.
Well, I have a backup plan, so she's welcome to come back anytime, Terry, wherever you're at. She's a wanderer these days. The last couple remotes we've been on, she says she's going to go out and investigate for us or let us know what's going on, and then she comes back 2 hours later.
I'm going to keep her spare tire.
I think we should put a leash on her.
So the spare tire, when I say that to people, like if I don't want somebody to leave, I'll say leave your spare tire. Because when we were kids in high school and everything was cash, if you went to a gas station and pumped gas or had gas pumped and you didn't have any money and said, I got to run home and get money, some of the stations would make you leave your spare tire so that you would come back and pay. A little routine.
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of like leaving your license or something. I don't know.
Nobody cares about a license. Spare tire is different.
I don't even know if I have a spare tire.
All right, here's something I discovered this week, which I'm very upset about. So, I've been having a little eye problem, a little retina occlusion or something, whatever.
Literal eye was bleeding.
Yeah.
Eyeball
so
was bleeding.
Getting shots in the eye.
Yeah, shots in the eye. I said, Doc, put it in my rear end. I'd rather have it there.
That's usually where your head is.
I was looking up eye health or something, or eye health popped up on my computer. Number one thing you can do for your eyes. Anybody know?
Sleep.
Don't look at your screen as much.
It says wear sunglasses. I've never worn sunglasses in my entire life. It's like you're telling me this now?
I don't think I've ever seen you with sunglasses on.
I've never occasionally on vacation, but in Indianapolis, I can guarantee I've never worn sunglasses. And now you're telling me that this is the number one thing to protect your eyes and make sure your sunglasses have UV protection on them. And on a cloudy day, make sure you're wearing your sunglasses. It's like,
it's probably
what?
true.
Why? Where was this information?
Well, it's been out there for a long time.
I went to Florida last year and I had just bought a cheap pair of sunglasses, and that night my eyeballs were on fire and I couldn't figure it out, and I Googled it and I had sunburnt my eyeballs. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know that.
So ever since that, I've been like, I
didn't know that either.
On, sunglasses.
Wow.
But I've never worn them at all. Occasionally in Florida because the sand is so white and you get such reflection, but it's like, never. And all of a sudden you're telling me that's number one on the list?
So now you can.
Who do I see to complain?
Now you can be that person who just walks indoors with sunglasses. So if you see Pat walking around now and he has sunglasses, that's why.
But okay, I asked you to.
Yeah.
And neither one of you came up with that.
No.
No, that would have not been my first thought.
They tell pilots because you're higher up, they tell pilots to always wear sunglasses. I rarely do.
Oh, I wear them when I'm driving, but eye-sensitive eyes.
You see my point? If that's number one, why isn't that on bumper stickers?
I feel like number one's like eating carrots or something silly.
All right, so here's
Don't read in the dark.
Here's the Danville rebuff.
Wow.
On 1st and 10 from the rebuff 40 line, Geske passed to Jay Humrich, who lateraled to Edwin Watson. The ball was momentarily fumbled back to Taylor Clark, who caught a lateral from Watson before Geske scooped up the ball and ran for a 35-yard touchdown, or a 35-yard touchdown. But here's what happened. Danville used 2 plays to take the lead, 49-43, in overtime behind a 2-yard rushing.
So in overtime. Okay.
In overtime. On the ensuing drive in overtime, Braves faced 4th and 6. Geske kept the ball and ran for the end zone, but he was gang tackled for what appeared to be a Danville upset win. But Danville was called for a controversial penalty due to players leaving the sideline and walking onto the field in celebration before the play was officially whistled dead.
That is BS.
I'm sorry. The Braves 8-2 used their second chance to score a 3-yard rushing touchdown. That was it. But it was.
If they stopped him on 4th and 6, is the game not over right then? That's ridiculous.
The lateraling play was affectionately called ESPN, according to Maverick Geske, who's their quarterback. But they all started laterally because that's what we see on ESPN, all the laterals.
But that's not the big story. The laterally got them into the overtime.
You're right, but they stopped them at 4 and 6 on fourth down with 6 to go, and they would have won the game. But the kids came across the sideline, and the referees.
Outrageous.
Is it right or wrong? Are they right or wrong?
Unless there's something I'm missing here, like did the kids pull out handguns and start shooting them in the air or something?
I don't know.
Someone call me and tell.
It is clearly controversial.
239-9393. We're coming right back, 93 WIBC. Hey, at our Sullivan Hardware, we have a little event at our 49th and Penn locations. Boo and Beer.
Oh, what fun.
Boo and Beer.
Specialty beers, craft beers, what type of beer?
Yeah, I think I saw some either Big Lug or probably beer. B-I-E-R, beer.
Yeah.
So that gets underway at, do you know, Allison? Boo and Beer?
I believe 11. Let me double check.
Okay.
You can't put
49th and Penn. Now, it would have been great for us to be at Boo and Beer today. Remember 2 weeks ago when we were at Keystone, we all said, why are we here? And I said, I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
I think it got mixed up in the scheduling, but yes, Booze and Brews. Booze and Brews is what we call it.
No, it's Boo and Beer, isn't it?
Oh, well, on the website it says Booze and Brews.
Booze and Brews?
Yeah, like booze, like boo, B-O-O.
Oh, boo.
Booze and Brews.
Oh.
Like brewskis. But anyway, it's at 49th and Penn at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. All right.
But it's actually a really fun community event.
Fun.
People
they
just
do,
come with their kids and they're dressed up, and we have like little crafts and games. And
yeah, and they do the I know face painting, I believe, and Kincaid's makes up a special sausage for it.
Oh,
they do. They really go to a lot of trouble. It's a lot of fun if you're down that way. Terry, I was going to ask. I don't know if you were listening, so maybe you already know what we were talking about. Number one thing you can do for your eyes:
eat carrots.
I said that one.
What wouldn't it be number two?
Number two, the best thing you can do for your eyes is it go underwater?
Okay. So, because I'm having some eye
one.
trouble, you know how the internet follows you around. And so I was looking up, or it came up, top 10 things you can do for your eyes.
Okay.
Number 1, wear sunglasses.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, but why isn't none of, okay, we have all these adults here. No one picked wearing sunglasses.
I don't know why. I didn't think about it.
I didn't either. If it's number 1, now that I have my eyes are a problem, I wish somebody would have mentioned that.
Listener Ed says UV exposure has been a known risk factor for cataracts for decades.
Okay, it's not that well known, Ed. Is it Ed?
Yeah, it's Ed. Don't be picking on Ed. He's just telling you.
Ed, it's not that well known because no one in this room knew.
Well, it's not that we didn't know. We didn't put it as number 1. That's your issue.
Well, it's okay. We're all learning. This is what this show's about.
I know. Wait till we get to hernias.
I got a retina problem right now. I'm a little ticked off about it.
I love sunglasses. I bet I have more sunglasses than anybody else in this room.
I bet that's true.
I've never worn sunglasses.
Ever?
And
well, you
it's
might look
only
really cute in them.
in Florida a little bit because of the beach sand and
those
Fort
are two
Myers.
words that do not go together for me.
How come
Sullivan
you don't like them?
and cute.
No, I just...
Have you ever been called cute in your life?
I would have loved them if I knew it was the number one thing to protect my eyes.
Well, I mean, so surely there are people in the family that wear the sunglasses and you know, hey, Pat, maybe you should wear, hey, Dad, maybe you should put on some sunglasses.
Nope, nobody ever.
Has anybody told you to wear sunscreen?
Are you saying my family doesn't love me?
Have you worn sunscreen?
I'm like a psychologist. I'm trying to get to the heart of why you're not wearing them.
Good luck with Pat.
And it's usually family.
Well, no one has ever mentioned that. You know, maybe because I wear regular glasses, but no, even before I wore, I just never wore sunglasses.
Has anybody told you to wear sunscreen?
Life.
You're out in the sun all day long. Do you put it on?
Absolutely, I do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You know who's cutest in sunglasses? Well, race car drivers, yeah. But also babies and dogs.
Oh,
that's true.
I'll go with babies. I'm not sure about
the little sunglasses. You can buy little sunglasses for the babies.
Dog sunglasses.
And then dogs are wearing them too. I mean, they're just cute.
So everyone knows this except
you.
for the people in the room. No, you did not know either.
It's not that we didn't know. We didn't put it as number 1. You said, what's the number 1 thing you should do?
You didn't mention anything.
What was number 1? I forgot.
Wearing sunglasses.
Oh, that's right.
Gosh. Wow.
Hi, Steve.
Concerned about my retina health, I wear sunglasses at night.
You know, they say to wear sunglasses on cloudy days.
Yes. Hey, quick question.
They have
for
to be UV.
Allison, a couple programming questions. Allison, when is Radiothon this year?
It is December 13th and 14th.
Okay, great. I'm just trying to plan out my December. And then second, Allison, are you ready for Friday, 4 p.m.?
I will because I have the Hammer and Nigel show, so I will be perfectly fine. You can say a prayer to all the other Sullivan staff members.
What are we talking about? Oh, when Hammer and Nigel descend on.
No, when you open up tickets for the Christmas train.
He
Oh,
said
I'm
if
sorry.
I was ready at
God, even
on
when he pitches
November-
underhand to you can't swing.
Well, okay, I thought we were talking about Radiothon and
Because,
them
yes.
being out at the store at 4 o'clock.
He-
or 3 o'clock, I guess.
He had several questions. So that was the first Radiothon, December 13th and 14th. And then tickets for Sullivan Express go on sale November 1st, which is Friday at 4 p.m.
That's right.
And I also produce an afternoon show called The Hammer Nigel Show. And that will be going on at the same time. So I will not be able to be at Sullivan's for
Are you guys
True.
Are you guys going to be broadcasting live Friday from Lucas Oil Stadium?
I've been trying to get them to do that for a long time. We'll see. Maybe.
Are you talking about for the Taylor Swift concert?
Yeah.
No, they're talking about for the Sullivan Hardware tickets going on sale.
Right.
Well, there are
Thanks,
so.
Allison. I'm able to plan my life now for December.
Okay, great.
That's great.
I think we today, for some reason, we maybe need to have a counselor come in. I feel like everyone's a little edgy,
Yeah.
especially Denny.
Oh, wow. Well, the first hour went by quick.
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
No,
you were saying
I'm
1
giving
minute.
you 1
No, we
minute
have 1
because
minute left.
wooden ears, you're not
thought it
listening
was-
to anybody but yourself.
That was kind of the one. May I speak?
Yeah.
And what he's really saying, 1 minute.
Well, if I hold that up, you're always going to say no. So I'm not even going to ask.
Hey, we have a taste test coming up with Denny.
Oh yeah, that'll be. Are we going to do that this next half hour?
Yep,
We
10
can
o'clock.
do that. But Allison's
10:05.
in charge of it. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's a chip tasting contest.
Like computer chip?
Yes.
No, like potato chip type chip
Okay.
tasting.
Because computer chips would. Not sure that. I mean, I think I'd like the crunch, but
I'd rather talk about the chips on our shoulder.
Oh, you're going to make a
think
great mother.
there's,
I like this.
There's a lot going on today.
oh, I know it.
Oh, man. Hey,
Okay.
next hour will be better. I promise, everyone.
Yeah, I'm
No, you're
sorry.
don't break your promises now.
I hit every light on the way down here. I just was not happy when I came in. All right, hour number 2 is coming up next. Our number 239-9393. Hey, good morning. Welcome back. Hour number 2 of Saturday's Home and Garden program, brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Sasha, I am so sorry.
He did it on purpose. He
No,
said, watch this.
he
killed
Sasha-
everybody's mics.
from the WIBC News Center. She sits behind a glass. We call it the news booth, right?
It's bulletproof glass,
And
so she can't get
looks
shot.
at us, and we're thinking there's a technical problem. That's why if you were listening, you heard the dead air. We thought and Allison's looking at the board. No, we weren't paying attention. Sasha was just
What's
done
this
with
we, Kemosabe? You gave me the stop sign.
Yeah,
Sasha just wasn't. She was done with the news.
Yeah, I was done, and I just kind of like waved because nothing was happening, and then
And
I
we
just
thought
got a lot of looks.
we thought we're like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? We're off the air. It's like, no, you were just finished.
Yep.
Okay, well, that was something. Are you going to Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
I am. I like some of Taylor Swift's music, but I am not gonna pay. Oh, thank you. But I am not gonna pay.
This is like
we're falling apart today.
Sasha's mic was not on. That's why.
Apologies. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
we're all
okay,
new.
you keep
So-
going.
So you like some of?
I like some of her music, but I think it's a bit absurd that some people have paid like thousands of dollars to go see her.
I
Like,
paid $10,000 for 2 tickets. Are you talking about me?
did you really? Well, then yes, I'm talking about you.
It was it was a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And to a charity that we do, we give a lot of money to. So we thought it was a little bonus for our granddaughter.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've been seeing people just pay crazy amounts of money. And like, while I do think her music is cool and I think it's good,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know that I like anyone well enough to pay more than like a couple $100
Yeah.
for a ticket.
Would you pay $50 to see Pat?
It depends on the
Depending
situation.
on what he was doing.
Is it Pat getting like a pie thrown at his face? Because like
I'd go 200.
I don't know if I'd go 200, but I would maybe go for like the 50
All right.
on that.
Yeah.
If I may,
Yes, Terry.
I was thinking about this last evening. Do you remember when we had festival seating?
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know when actual, seats
Well,
started
you know
saying,
when
okay, you can buy
well, you
a
know
seat.
what ended it, right?
What was it?
Stampede. I think it was in Cincinnati where a few people were killed.
I don't know what ended it.
There was a stampede into the stadium because that's the way festival seating. They opened the doors and you just charged in.
Sasha, it was crazy. And if it was a big concert, I mean, you stood outside for a long time, and you wanted to be, get as close to the front as you could. And then when the doors opened, you just ran for a seat.
Right.
But you wanted to be on the floor, obviously. So that's what.
When you
caused
think
all the
about
problem.
that now, it's like they should have known that was going to end in tragedy.
It went a long time without tragedy, I guess, maybe is why. I don't know. But could you imagine today,
yeah, I mean,
that
I
still
guess
existed?
I guess I admire the passion of people who are willing to just stand outside and do it. I'm like, maybe I'm just dissociated enough or something because I just don't care.
Do you
enough.
stand outside a store for a Christmas sale?
No.
See,
if I don't get the item, I'm not gonna fight someone for it. I just didn't get it.
I'm kind of the same. I can't do a line. I don't know why. I mean, and God love the people that do. When we have our warehouse sale last week, there was 250 people in line to get in. But they're waiting for the door to open, and then it's festival,
it's like
and they
Black
just come in.
Right.
It's not
It's like Black Friday used to be.
Yeah.
And that was kind of fun.
It was fun.
There was some tradition. Your families would get up, hour
They'd go
after the meal, and you'd
breakfast
go
or
down
after,
to the outlet mall, and you'd all wait.
My dad and I will go Black Friday shopping, but it's more we go to stores that don't really have crazy lines. So we usually start at the
I don't know that there isn't.
Not
is there
so
much lines?
anymore. I mean, Black Friday's already started for some stores.
We're actually changing a long-standing promotion we had, which was the sleep-in sale, because it was at a time when retailers were opening on Thanksgiving Eve, and specials were 3 a.m, and our thing was you're going to make your customer get up at 3 a.m. and get the best deal. So we kind of did a play on that, but now it's just I don't think Black Friday is anything like that anymore.
Yeah, there are a couple stores when we go, Best Buy still tends to get a bigger crowd for people wanting new TVs and stuff. But yeah, a lot of the standard, honestly, the busiest store that I usually go to is Bath and Body Works because people really want the sales on the hand soaps. But
oh, really?
Yeah, but other than that, it's pretty chill. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, Sasha, I am sorry about all the technical problems and our inattention to what you were saying because I'm sure it was very important. But oddly, what we were figuring out was how we were going to handle the crosstalk and throw it to a break. So, and I guess we have to do that right now.
Yep.
Word. Is that what you're supposed to say there? Word.
I think they should add it to the song.
Okay, great. Hey, good morning. Welcome. Pat Sullivan, Denny Smith, Terry Stacy, Allison Lemons. Ethan is behind our board. Sasha is in the news center. We're back in studio after a long road trip.
Pretty unusual, isn't it?
So glad to be back. And we are joined by JMV from The Fan. And I've got, I'm fired up, John.
Are you fired up?
I am fired up. Do you know anything? I want to know the real story of the high school football game, Brebeuf versus Danville. Do you know anything about it?
I know that there was an incredible lateral play that ended up tying it, and then I know that there was a flag that was thrown, and the Danville folks are upset about it. That's about the extent of which I know this morning.
Okay, so it's 4th and 6.
Right.
Danville's already scored, so they're up. 4th and 6, they stop. Danville stops the Braves. The kids all get excited, and they call an unsportsmanlike because their sideline started out onto the field.
Yeah.
And the overtime in high school football, am I not right that there is no clock, right?
Yeah.
So it seems like when they stopped them, the game was over.
I didn't know that was the flag for an unsportsmanlike on the bench.
Yep.
For coming onto the field. There was nothing said. There was no taunting or nothing like that. It was just
that's what we read online. So I wondered. I keep wanting someone to in the know. I want to know that. I want to know. I want to think that there's something else. Like,
yeah, you have the ultimate Saturday voice. You could probably find. I just saw from Danville friends that I have were telling me how they got hosed by a flag, and I was doing a little bit of research on it. I didn't know it was so much for unsportsmanlike. I just knew it was for something, and then I knew that there was a huge. I think a lot of the stations had shown that lateral.
Yeah, which was
fun.
Which was fun, and I think that if I read it right, I think Danville scored 29 unanswered points to tie the game up. But it's like, I'm thinking, there's more to this. I mean, I said earlier, it's like the Danville kids must have pulled guns out of their pants and started shooting in the air. It had to be something like that. I mean, it can't just be that they got excited and came onto the field.
That's rough.
There's got to be misreport. There must be something different than that.
If you're talking about this in the third quarter or the second quarter, something like that, but at the end of the game, you think the game's over. That's a little hard and fast rules. Yeah. Those are exact rules right there. Not a lot of us could ever live by, I don't think. Could we?
No.
So that's tough.
So So we'd like to hear from somebody.
Yeah. So somebody from Danville, call them up here and give them the lowdown, and I bet you'll get a response here shortly. And that last night you got IU game day is going on in Bloomington right now with IU and Washington later on today. So it is a big day in football. Pat.
You know what, John? Let's go to the Wayback Machine here. Yeah. IU football has been on WIBC for years.
It has.
So many times it preempts our show by 2 hours.
Right.
And I'm thinking, in the past, I was thinking, that's a good way to ruin your ratings. Now we could be killing it in the ratings with IU taking our time slot, and now they've moved over to the Fan.
Yeah, I would imagine, just knowing the inside of radio as I do, that had a lot to do with so many of your sponsors and how much revenue you guys generate compared to an IU broadcast. And that got moved over that way because it was, again, taking up a lot. I don't know how many shows it did.
Well, it wasn't unusual that we had hit, 3-4 weeks in a row and that it would cut our show in half. So
and honestly, that's what the benefit is. That's what the benefit's supposed to be of the Fan. I mean, you got two signals right there, 93.5 and 107.5. You can utilize that. I'll give you a great example. Is you've got a conflict of interest tomorrow with the Pacers on their home opener and the Colts on. So we're going to go 93.5 and 107.5 will go up through all your Colts coverage until the Pacer pregame at 3, and then it'll switch over on the Fan to the Pacer pregame and the Sixers and the Pacers, whereas on 97.1 Hank FM, we're going to interrupt the Merle Haggard marathon to give you Colts coverage all day. So, yes. So, and that's what you need to do. That's how when you have the benefit, as we do, within the umbrella of Urban One, and that building that's falling apart, the elevators don't work and toilets don't flush most of the time where you guys sit right now. When you have the benefit of all those signals, you have to utilize.
John, for the record, that never happened.
Job of doing that.
That never happened, John, until we got the sports guys in the bathroom.
Yeah. Denny was trying to throw you guys under the bus a little bit.
All right, let's hold the phone here, Denny, for a second. I have never seen a group of individuals occupy more bathroom time than anybody that reports on WIBC. I'm sure. I think Donnie Burgess lives in that station bathroom.
It's crazy, John. It's crazy.
It's the only place you can go to get away from people that don't follow you.
Walk in there. Yeah. I'm afraid like Donnie's got a kitchen sink and like a stove in there. I go, you live in there?
He's carving his pumpkins for Halloween.
And I'm not going to name
names,
names, but there is someone in this building that has their personal squatty potty.
On the air?
And they bring it around.
Well, actually, that squatty potty was the one that Dick Crum did not take home. That's the original squatty potty. No, that's Johnny. That's his own?
You're not going to mention the name,
I will not mention the name, but
John
I think it's
Herrick.
hilarious.
Well, the whole now, John, do you know what the idea of the squatty potty is?
I don't.
All right,
You're
so the
tell
idea
us.
the natural position for elimination like that is with your knees high and your butt low. And so the squatty potty gets your feet up. You can still sit on the toilet, but it brings your feet up for a more natural way for you to empty your colon. It's called a squatty potty.
Oh, there's not anything about your feet dangling. Just somebody's.
Oh no! Feet dangling's bad. I mean, yeah, you don't want that.
So is Taylor gonna play tomorrow?
No, I'm glad you brought that bathroom thing up though, because I could never get in there. I gotta hold it. I can't go to the bathroom at work anymore.
We blame it on the sports guys. I'm sorry, buddy. Allison, you don't go to the men's room anyway.
Department. Whenever somebody's in there, there is somebody in there, and they're in there for an hour. I don't know what the hell's going on in there.
Oh, they do their best work there.
It is.
The acoustics are great.
Yeah, but no, that's
they're recording spots and stuff.
Hey, I will tell you this. This is the one thing I love about our building, outside of having to jump over people asleep out front, or maybe the elevator not working, or any of that stuff, which happens occasionally. Is I love it when the gates on a Saturday come down. So if you're parked in the basement, I do like that. I like coming out at 1 a.m. after a Saturday night show and knowing that. Exactly. I like having that part. I
the
love
security
the
part,
is the best part.
Yeah.
And the parking is best. I don't know what the parking situation is going to be where we're going here.
I do, and it's not great, John.
Am I going to have to park under I-70 and walk down there?
Yeah, I think you and I are going to need to get some shuttle buses going.
They only have 70
carts.
parking spots for the whole building. 70 parking spots total.
Wow.
Yeah, but I love the parking spots there. But no, seriously, 97.1 Hank FM, continuous Colts coverage from 10 a.m. with us in the morning all the way through Greg Rakestraw and Bill Brooks in the post-game show. So I don't know what everybody's going to do without Merle Haggard and, Farron Young and your country music favorites, but you'll have to hold off for tomorrow afternoon because football will invade with the Colts in Week 8.
There you go. Hey, I want to mention one thing, John.
Yeah.
Ethan just mentioned, he goes, John, JMV is the nicest person. He goes, I don't even know him, and he's so nice to me on the phone. And I thought that was such a nice compliment.
Oh, man, cool. Yeah. Well, I like being nice.
Yeah.
I am. I mean, I've been brought up pretty well to be nice. I don't know how anybody else acts. This has always been me. I've got one rule, and it's from Roadhouse, and it's Dalton from Roadhouse. You be nice until it's time not to be nice. Oh. That's me.
Ooh, I kind of like that.
The late, great Patrick Swayze said it. Those are the words that I live by, and I've always treated people as I would want to be treated, unless they're a jerk to me, and then we're going to have a little fun and go off. But otherwise, you never have any issues if you handle it like that, and especially with first impressions, because those first impressions last stinking forever. So you can't be a jackass with a first impression to anybody, who no matter what it is.
Well, people do. They do it all the time, though.
Yeah. Well, again, be nice until it's time not to be nice.
All right, B105.7 tonight, but how many more before they turn into Christmas music?
Yeah, I want to say 4 more. I'm not sure. I think we go deep into November, don't we?
Okay.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's late this year.
Yeah.
Honestly, it does so well on B. I'm surprised Sean Copeland hadn't fired up the Christmas music already before Halloween, right? Because it does so well. But, yeah, probably 4, I'm going to say, Pat. And, maybe we normally do, I think in November, a big-time holiday giveaway with you. And that's always cool. But I also want to remind people tonight's the Halloween show because Halloween is on the 31st coming up on Thursday. So the Sammy Terry sound effects are going to be happening later on tonight.
Oh, boy.
There you go. All right, we'll be listening, John.
Of Sammy Terry, greatness around here. That's back when we grew up on locally produced TV.
Yep.
And there is no greater way to grow up with TV.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we can all attest to that.
The very best. All right, John. Have a great show. Have a great weekend. Tonight, B105.7 from 6 until midnight. It's the JMV Takeover. And, of course, you'll hear John Monday through Friday on The Fan at 3 o'clock in the afternoon until he gets tired. We're coming right back, 93 WIBC. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the segment that we're all just as surprised as you are is now a sponsored segment. It is In the Weeds with Denny Smith.
God bless the family at EF Marburger. You can learn more about them at efmarburger.com. For all your flooring needs, decorating needs, showrooms are open on Monday through Friday and also on Saturday. Take advantage of them. They're great, great people. Today, for In the Weeds, we are going to test our palates.
Oh, good.
This is good because after the last 2 weeks, you were testing our nerves.
You know what? I got so many nice compliments in emails from people who really, about the string theory, about physics and all this stuff. They were really enjoying it, Pat. I just can't help it that you're just not tuned into stuff. But that's okay.
I think you hit a very
all right. So this is more
audience.
Up to your speed. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
This is a taste test. I got to go shopping with my wife.
Oh,
which is really interesting.
Really? I've never done that.
I reach for something and she says, "You already have that." And so I reached for something else. She goes, "I think we have that one too." So
talking about grocery shopping.
Grocery shopping. So I put my hands in my pockets, just walked around, and said, "Yes, dear. Yes, dear." But in front of you, you have 3 different Pringles.
Have you gotten to the point in your life where you if you have a little change, do you kind of jiggle the change in your pocket?
I don't have any change in my pocket.
You should get some because that's part of being an old man.
I'm not an old man. I go to Exercise Inc.
I'm just saying, when you are, you're going to want to have some change so you can jingle the change in your pocket.
All right. So in front of you, you have 3 chips. They are all Pringles chips, and they are individually flavored. And we're going to do a taste test, and everybody's going to tell me what they really like. But we're gonna label them 1, 2, and 3. But these are
this is so
flavors.
much more.
I think we should try to
me.
guess what it is.
Okay. First one, let's go ahead and do number 1.
Okay.
Number 1, right? And these are Pringles, folks. You know, you just stick them on your tongue.
Oh, that's good.
Radio.
Pickle.
I like
pickle?
that one. No, mine's sour cream or something.
Sour cream.
Definitely oniony.
Yeah, sour cream and onion.
Sour
I'll
cream
betcha.
and onion.
You gonna taste the onion?
I must have had a different one.
Pat, they
Did
all
you eat
come from
number
the
1?
same.
Well,
Pickle? What's the matter with you?
Quality control isn't what it used to be. Look at the onions over at McDonald's.
What do you like it?
I love it.
The pickle? Or
Yeah.
the sour cream and onion?
Yeah, I like
is
it.
what is.
Okay.
All right, let's do
Everybody
number
clean your palate.
And if you got something to drink.
Right. Give it a swirl. Get that
Thought he
sour
would have
cream
had a
off.
little
All right.
sherbet.
So again, these are from 3 different Pringle cans. Allison was the individual that set it all up for me.
Everybody smell it.
All
Number
right.
2.
Let's go to number 3.
Put that down.
Let's go to number 3 next.
I feel
this
like
is barbecue.
I think
Number
number 2 is a
No, number 3. Here we go.
Suspicious.
Number
dog
3.
poop.
Number 3. Give number 3 a smell. Kind of chili-ish.
Wow. It is sort of chili-ish. What is that?
Not barbecue.
Oh,
a little-
no, it's like a
got a
pepperoni.
kick.
It's like a tomato sauce. It's a pizza.
Got a kick to
I
it.
bet it is pizza. I bet it's a pizza.
Yeah, it tastes
Pringle.
like tomato sauce.
Yeah.
I get kind of a pickly.
Again, pickle.
You get
You
pickle?
must have not cleaned your tongue well.
So what's
It's really
your...
mild though.
Didn't have
It's
any
not-
sherbet.
Let's go to number 2.
All right.
I'm cleaning it with.
Number 2. All right. So what
coffee.
we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is we all have different Pringles in front of us, and we're testing them to see. And by the way, do you know how many different Pringles there are?
Oh,
12 different varieties of Pringles, not counting the ones that have no flavor.
Oh, the special editions too would come out. I bet there's more than that.
It's
All right,
so
that
funny
was a
to
little
go
hot.
to the grocery
Number 2.
for the first time.
I'm
Everybody
really
ready?
concerned about
Ethan
number
didn't get
2.
any. Ethan, I'll bring you some over. All right. Here we go. Number 2.
Ever smell it?
I'm gonna let somebody else taste it first.
That's more. What is that, Allison? Is that?
It smells familiar.
Eat it.
I want to make sure that I have the same chip as you do. So I don't
That's kind of
trust-
sweet.
That's mustard.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
honey mustard.
Honey mustard. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see your chip.
Put your
I
chip
want
in
to
your...
see if mine's different. I don't trust any.
I think you got the same
Yes,
one.
it's-
Would you
looks
just
exactly-
taste the chip? Hey,
Get that
this is
chip
in the
closer.
weeds. It's not in Pat's weeds.
Try
It's
it.
in...
I will say Pat's is more speckledy.
Is yours not honey? What does it smell?
Taste it.
I,
Just trying really.
I see what's going on here.
Taste your chip.
No, it's probably really hot.
We thought sour cream and onion. You said pickle.
No, he's eating number 2
No,
now.
but on number 1, we
Oh.
all said it was sour cream, and he said it's pickle. And then
Right.
number 2, I said it was pizza, and I don't know what he came out of his
No,
mouth.
3 is pizza.
3 is pizza.
Yeah, that's
Three,
what
I
I
thought
just-
3 was a red pepper, some hot pepper.
What's the matter with you? Try number 2. We got honey mustard.
Denny's, I do believe his is different. His is
It's
speckledy.
different. Is this like
Maybe yours is moldy.
jalapeno?
Jalapeno.
No, it's not hot.
It's not the jalapeno.
No, I didn't get any hot. What is it?
Is it sweet?
Look, whether it's Prilosec based or not, would you just taste the chip? It's not going to kill you.
He's taking
Tastes
a
like
little bite.
Lexapro.
Lexapro? What's that?
That's to keep him stable.
Antidepressant, so I don't kill you all.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. for
You
that.
think we're lying. You think we're lying. No. What do you think that one is, Pat?
I don't know.
You don't taste honey?
Or mustardy?
I just don't like this whole thing.
I know you don't, but just
You
try.
are very distrusting. What is it?
Kind of like a musty closet.
Musty closet? Oh.
Musty closet.
You mean like
Are
mothballs?
you sure?
Does it taste like mothballs?
Yeah, something like that. What is it, Denny?
It's honey mustard.
Oh, good. Our palates are correct.
I knew it would be good at this.
Yeah,
I
I'm really
thought so,
good at
too.
taste testing.
Maybe Pat has a...
He's got a faulting tongue.
If he can't tell the difference between sour cream and onion and a pickle, then something else is going on.
I'm not.
It's okay.
I
Is
just
this in
don't
the
trust
weeds?
you, Dan.
Is there some sort of, is there something coming up? Are you going to talk about our taste buds
Well,
or something?
I was going to talk about how they flavor food is where I was going with this. And it's interesting that the chips are all exactly the same. They're exactly the same. Where they are different is when they go through the filter and they add all the seasoning, the honey mustard seasoning, and how they make all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And in Pat's case, indeed, it was dill pickle. We gave Pat different chips than we had.
Your tongue is correct.
It is.
friend.
I'm really impressed that he picked it up. So what we had for sour cream and onion,
called it.
Allison helped me slip you the dill pickle. Now, when
I
we
just did
had,
what I was told.
we all had pizza, and what you got was some hot ones.
Yeah.
Was it really hot?
It was hot.
Okay,
My
and the
lips are
third
burning.
one, was the crummiest of all, and it's called carnitos tacos. So it's like little meat tacos is what they're supposed to be, and that's what you got. We got honey mustard, which I thought was the best of the best.
Good. Really good.
Okay, friends.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with it.
My lips are
I had everything.
burning.
I
Thank
had
you very
everything
much.
to do with it. Did it really burn your lips?
Yeah.
Good.
He's very sensitive.
Maybe you'll talk less. Ethan thought that was
I just
funny.
put them on the napkins and labeled them.
Well, anyway,
I
my
guess this does kinda
thanks
taste like
to
a
the
taco.
E.F. Marburger ladies and the families at E.F. Marburger, 9999 North Allisonville Road.
That was a horrible in the weeds.
I thought it was okay.
You don't
Got
like
food
you
in
don't
it.
like physics. You don't like
No,
food.
I'm kidding, Denny.
All right.
I thought that was fun.
Next week we'll have naked ladies. Maybe you'll pay attention.
Oh dear, no. That's not. That's totally
No,
inappropriate.
that is an
Of course,
inappropriate. No.
Terry's talking to us while she's got her hand in a pumpkin. So I can't take her serious.
Speaking of, I brought in some gourds that could have their own website.
They sure could.
Yeah.
And not for children.
No. Let's just say there's some well-endowed gourd.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what that is psychologically as you pick them out, but.
You know what? This is why
Yeah.
we do
Certainly
not
are.
want anything on YouTube.
And
this is
oddly, it's-
radio, theater of the mind. We don't want any visual representation of what's going
And
on
that
in
it's like a
studio.
picture gourd, and it's obvious, or it's got a kind of a skin tone to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's flesh colored. That certainly
Ooh,
looks
man,
out.
is it getting hot in
It's,
here?
questionable.
All right.
Oh, boy. Well, anyway, in the weeds. There we go.
So everyone's
Thanks,
taste
Denny.
buds are
Allison,
correct.
thank you for the help. You did really good with that.
Wow, that really messed me up. 239-9393. Let's go ahead and talk to Pam. Hey, Pam, good morning.
Good morning to you. I have been listening intently to you guys, and I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Number one, is this in general a good time to prune bushes?
Probably, but
It depends on the bush. I mean,
Yeah.
flowering, no. Or flowering, everything's a little different. So flowering plants, the rule of thumb, if they bloom before June the 30th, you prune them after they bloom. If they bloom after June the 30th, then you would cut those down in the spring. So, but there's certain ones like, evergreens and different things that you can kind of trim up any time of the year. But if you get them too close to where you get a hard freeze, you might see a little tip damage. But what is it that you're pruning?
Okay, let's start with boxwood. I'm a
Boxwoods.
little leery about those.
Boxwoods would be fine, but you got to remember on evergreens, you don't ever prune or shear past the veneer of the plant because most time they won't come back.
Right.
There's a few that do. So, yeah, I think you're fine to go ahead and prune boxwoods. Now, the other thing about plants in general, we don't generally like to get them, like pruning stimulates growth. So we don't like to get a plant all fired up going in, but some of the ones, evergreens, I think you can prune those anytime and you're fine.
Well, you know what? How about, I have some spirea, and I know they bloom in the spring. It's the old-fashioned spirea.
Yep.
I don't care whether they bloom or not. I want them cut back.
Cut them
Boy,
down.
I'm with you.
Cut 'em
I'm
down.
with you, Pam. Get
Yeah.
a haircut.
One of my my least favorite plants was always the spirea, because when we built our house and when we were kids in the 1980s, and I put in, and they just got so big, and I thought they're so ugly.
And they send off runners, and then they spread.
However, now there's all these new spireas, and the new ones are really cool. So there is some really great varieties of spirea. So I've kind of changed my tune, but you can go ahead and whack the old ones back, and trust me, they're coming back.
You
next
can't
year.
kill them, Pam.
They're hardy.
They're hardy. They really are.
But then I was a little leery. Okay, that takes care of those two. How about, I think I have chickweed, and every year I have chickweed at about this time. Am I right? This is chickweed season.
Chickweed generally is a winter annual.
Yes.
So you would see that. So to control chickweed in August, if you would have put down some crabgrass pre-emergent in August, you would have prevented it from germinating. So now that you have it, and it really stands out in the early spring because it has that lime green color when your lawn is still kind of dormant like, and then here comes the chickweed. So, but if you have it, you can go ahead and spray it now. The thing I would be concerned about is that it has been dry, and weed killer works the best when the weeds are actively growing.
Right. I did water. I have watered the grassy area. And what I bought, I just had small area. I had it in the driveway, which I'm definitely going to kill that.
Yep.
But it's in certain areas of the grass. So I bought just, an individual squirt bottle. It's called Weed Stop by Spectricide.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think that is does it say just broadleaf weeds on it?
Just a minute, I got a picture of it.
Yeah, that's all right. We're not doing anything.
Yeah, well, just a second. I hope I can see.
It'll either say weed and grass, or it'll just say weed. And you want a product that just says weed.
It's weed, not lawns.
It says what now?
It says Weed Stop for lawns.
That's it. That's what you want.
Okay. Okay. All
right. It's great hearing from you, Pam. Call anytime. 239-9393. We're coming right back, 93 WIBC. Saturday's Home and Garden Program brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Hey, thanks for listening today. Our number, 239-9393. We are joined. Well, actually, before we do that, I was thinking about Halloween, speaking of costumes, and a survey on politically correct costumes. Are these costumes still acceptable in 2024?
Oh, you're going to give us
Allison's looking at me because I pulled this out of the trash. It's from Hammer and Nigel.
It's their...
How'd this segment go over last night?
Actually, I think we skipped it.
Oh, you did? Great.
Yeah,
All right, so is fresh information.
Sexy nurse in there?
Well, I'll just go down the list.
All right.
Can a woman dress as a man? This seems pretty... I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Den?
Yeah.
All right. 69% yes, that it's still okay.
Are we sure she's a woman?
19% said no, and 11% said they aren't sure, which is, how aren't you sure? Can a man dress as a woman? 65% said yes, 23% said no.
The whole point of Halloween is
Halloween.
To dress up as ever you want.
What were the other 5%?
How about this one? Can a non-Native American dress as a Native American? 52% said it's still okay. 30% said definitely not.
Those are the Washington Redskin people.
I know. The Redskins need to come back.
And what do we call the Cleveland Indians now? I can't even remember what we call them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can a child dress up in a cultural costume if they're not part of that culture? This should be 99.9%, but 62% said yes, 20% said no. The yeses dropped to 56% for adult costumes. Can your costume include a realistic-looking gun or other weapon? Now, this will be interesting. Only 34% said yes, 50% said definitely not, And the other percentage would have been, was that 84? 16% said, who's this again? Can white people wear blackface makeup if they're dressing up as a black person?
Oh, boy. I wondered when you were getting
This
to
is
that.
actually amazing because 33% still say it's okay. I would say that is not okay. 15% they aren't sure, and 52% definitely not.
I feel like the same 15% who aren't sure just don't want to say it.
That's why I was saying, like, I'm sorry, who's this? I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting for. It's about costumes.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
Joining us on the program, I don't know. It's awful early, but we're going to do it anyways. Are you ready, Dan? Ladies and gentlemen, the unsponsored segment, Charles the Genius.
No. I'm a little bit under the weather. We just came back from somebody left a window open on the plane, came back from the world's largest ghost town, Spokane, Washington. Spokane, Washington, forget it, yeah. So anyway, but first off, God bless all of you there. I do sound a little distant.
You do sound bad.
And God bless all of you and all your families, everybody in Radio Land, and Sasha there, of course, standing by. And Gold Colts, go Ben Davis, and IU.
Hey, how did Charles? How did Ben Davis do last night?
I don't think they played. I don't know if that was.
Oh, did they have a bye?
Well, I think they kidnapped the coach. It's been an old trick. Whenever it looks like the team is ahead, they'll say, "We got your grandma. Don't make a move," and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm more worried about the cheerleaders. But anyway, two quick things. I know we get top of the hour here and stuff. One of the things we saw in Spokane, Washington, the largest ghost town, was a new sneak preview for the movie. Terry will enjoy this. They're just so desperate in Hollywood, they're bringing back things. They brought Lassie out of retirement, and they turned it into a scary movie. It's called Werewolf on the Beach or Sandy Claus. I'm not sure which title. No, that's terrible.
That is terrible.
But Rotten Tomatoes has already reviewed it and said Monster Mutt makes mucho moolah. So they're going that way. But yeah, there's even songs in it. Kirk Douglas, the old 1950 song, got a whale of a tale. They got Way Down Yonder in the Paw Paw Dungeon. And Taylor Swift is even voiced one for the end credits of the movie called Fangs for the Memory.
Oh.
Yeah. But seriously, folks, this is the secret of the greatest scary theme ever recorded. I'll make it real quick. John Carpenter, his dad was the orchestra leader, and as it would be of the Bowling Green Philharmonic Orchestra. Well, anyway, Carpenter was always following his father's fingerprints. Anyway, one thing led to another. So when it came time to score, the original Halloween, 1978. Doesn't seem possible. He tried to remember. I said, "Dad, I've got to think of something different." So his dad said, "Well, do what my dad did." And what's that? So he put on an opera glove and would tap two keys, which you've heard a million times over the years, the old dun-dun, dun-dun.
Oh, yeah.
And he said he did that to limber up as well as avoid arthritis. So when Carpenter put the movie together, if you listen close, you'll hear it's broken three parts. Denny, you'll enjoy this one. But you hear the dun-dun, dun-dun. And then Deborah Hill, who was Carpenter's girlfriend at the time, she was off with an oversized triangle tingling that. And if that wasn't enough, then one of his best buddies hits the high note keyboard to bring up the Moog, or what we'll call it, the synthesizer. When they put all three together, that still holds the record as the most scariest theme ever put together.
There you go. Charles, we are running out of time. Charles, take care of yourself.
Charles, I just want to say thanks. You make the In the Weeds segment look stellar, and I just really appreciate that. He, he does things for me.
I know. I don't know. I could, In the Weeds, Charles, I could flip a coin.
It's sort of like the dill pickle and, and the
I could flip a coin. But Charles, seriously, take care of yourself. Get to the doctor.
Take a nap.
Sounds awful.
Alice, take a nap.
It's buying cough syrup by the gallon.
Oh, boy.
Okay, number 3.
We got time for one more.
Oh, do we?
No.
All right. Roland, hold on. We'll get you right when we come back. Next half hour, at the bottom of the hour, it's Craft Corner. And what do we have?
Let's just say there's some pumpkins and some gourds involved.
So a seasonal.
Yeah, very seasonal.
And some tools.
And maybe some power tools.
Denny, I saw you actually cutting that. and it was on your lap, if that knife would have gone down through your pants.
I'm better shot than that.
I know, but
accidents happen.
I'm just kind of looking.
Where do you think they came up with the idea for circumcisions? Men trying to trim the top off of a gourd.
Oh.
Yeah. Once again, taking a wholesome comment.
Well, what do you think you're saying? I got a knife and I'm too close to my leg.
Well, you had a knife and you had a gourd laying on your leg.
Yes.
And I see the knife come up like a spooky movie.
A good 4 inches over there, and I've got an 8-inch knife, and it's just a matter of whacking.
Wow.
Whack.
I think we all need a break.
I know, but at our age, Denny, remember, we're old now.
Pat, I am not old. I am not going to get old. Do you know who L2D2 is? Did you ever watch Star Wars?
Oh, look at the time.
I think it was
L2D2. Live long, drop dead. That's what it's.
I think it was R2D2.
No, it's L2. Live long, drop dead.
Oh, there you go. Okay, well, hour number 3 is coming up, whether you like it or not. 93 WIBC. Hey, good morning and welcome. Hour number 3 of Saturday's Home and Garden program, brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. The number 844-FIX-INDY, hour number 3. Hour number 3. The hour we all kind of sometimes, although the first 2 hours were not stellar, I will tell you that. Those will not be in a Hall of Fame anywhere. But hour 3 is kind of the hour of the drags, but I think it's going to be great because we have Craft Corner coming up at the bottom of the hour. We're going to take your calls at 239-9393. And we were talking a little bit about a high school football game last night, Danville taking on Brebeuf. I believe Danville came back and scored 29 unanswered points with a crazy play to tie the game. And in overtime, it came down to the last play. They stopped Brebeuf. They win, except they don't, because they were called for unsportsmanlike conduct because some of the kids on the sidelines, in a fit of excitement, went onto the field. And I did just talk to a friend from Brebeuf, and he said, so unfair to Danville. So that's interesting.
So hearts are broken in Danville today.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to talk about that, jump on board 239-9393. We are joined by Roland on the program. Hi, Roland.
How you doing today?
We're doing good.
Got an ongoing problem. One problem causes the other. I've got an older colonial-style home. Of course, I got carpenter bees, been fighting them for years, using the dry home dust and all the things you need to do. Well, it's not such a problem as that, is that the old peckers, they're minding their business on the trees, but it's the young ones that show up. And
I don't think you can say old peckers on the radio.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good.
So the old woodpeckers, old woodpeckers.
Old woodpeckers. And then the little young ones, boy, they love that cedar, and they're everywhere. I've tried everything. I've tried the disco balls, the ribbons, spraying it with, this, that, and the other. You get online and see all kinds of remedies. So,
have you tried just putting hang netting from the eaves or anything yet?
Yeah, and I can get to some areas. They got one up front where there's pillars. They're 22 foot tall, and they get up where you can't get to them. So it's not cost effective or time effective. Right. I didn't know if you had any good ideas. That's something off the wall.
I don't know if it's legal or not, but Pat has a new product. It's called a salt gun. Not ASSAULT, but just salt, like salt and pepper, SALT. And I bet if you tag their butt feathers with them a couple times, I bet they'd stay away.
I don't think you'd get close enough.
No, they're pretty smart. You go on one side of the house, they got a radio playing loud. That works for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you go on the other on the other side, they're over there. As soon as you go over there, they're on the other.
Out of curiosity, what kind of music don't they like?
Well, it's talk radio. It's on right now.
Yeah, depends on who's talking, right?
Nice.
Love it.
Boy, I love when you pitch underhand and somebody slams it out of the park.
Good,
in fact, it's on your channel as we speak, so I hope you hear every word I got to complain about. So.
You are caller of the day, my friend.
Okay, so you've gone down the list of things already, which is Mylar ribbon.
Yes.
Where they see their reflection, the netting, the owl. Did you get the owl?
5 owls, those things, they never work.
I know, but you have to move them every 48 hours. But did you get the ones that are like The Exorcist, where the head goes all the way around?
Yeah, I see those. Yeah.
Have you tried a for sale sign in the front yard?
Might be, but
How about,
I even went to Walmart looking for stuff, and they got the Christmas stuff out already.
Well,
so
hell yes, it's almost Christmas.
Glittery balls, right? Thinking, well, I'll hang some of those up too. You know.
So, what about? Have you ever tried like a scope on a BB gun?
Yeah, I'm afraid I'd shoot up the house is the problem.
Yeah, and you know what? And really, if you do decide to do that, woodpeckers are federally protected.
I know.
So you always have to, if you get caught by the cops, you just say you thought it was an intruder.
So you're promoting the delinquency of Roland.
Yeah, and then they say, well, they're an endangered species. Well, I'll be really endangered when I go up 24 foot on a ladder on a column to try to get.
That's right. Okay.
Roland, where is your stand-up act? I want to come see you at night.
Yeah.
You're really pretty good.
He's playing the improv. So, Roland, I tell you what, we'll throw it out to our listeners, and maybe somebody has something new, but the woodpeckers wear me out. They really do.
They do, yeah. I mean, then, I got a lot of cedars. That's their favorite. They just
it is.
Oh, yeah.
My neighbor, Ted, who really doesn't do much good of anything in the home improvement, but he got from Wild Birds Unlimited, he got a little woodpecker, a bird, like a plastic bird, and screwed it to the siding, and I don't think he's had woodpeckers since. So I don't really know what the deal is, but
he put a woodpecker on the side,
woodpecker,
a wooden woodpecker.
Yes, a wooden or plastic woodpecker.
And the others then stopped coming.
Yeah,
because this is like the
maybe they're solitary or something. I don't know.
Maybe they are.
Would you want to fight with another woodpecker?
Yeah, and then you got those crazy cardinals banging against your window. On top of that, I mean, it's like a bird zoo over here.
It's the end times. The end times, I'm telling you.
Bird zoo.
Everything's going crazy.
Roland, you sound like the neighbor from hell.
Yeah.
You okay?
No.
It's going crazy. Well, I'm up here in Fishers. They're developing all around me, and they're taking away all their habitat. Now I'm the new host.
Roland, speaking of hosts, Roland should be the new host of the third hour.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
I'll send someday and bother you a couple times.
There you go, man. Hey, good luck. If we have any suggestions, keep listening, all right? Thanks, Roland. Our number, 239-9393. That's 239-9393. Was
that a lockout?
No, but why are you yawning?
Because you're boring.
Oh, gosh. This is half your show, sir.
How is it boring?
When is it half my show? Which half?
Home and Garden with Pat Sullivan and Denny Smith.
Well, don't you yawn ever? Like when your wife's talking?
We have never.
Never.
I mean, we have a caller talking about old peckers, and you're yawning.
Well, yeah, who's got their feet up on the table?
He's talking about the young peckers.
Don't call him old.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
That reminds me of Dick Crumb and Pussy Willows.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, no.
Things you shouldn't.
Yeah.
This is as bad as those costume
I'm
questions.
telling you, Dick Crumb, because he's just an old farm boy, and he meant nothing by it. But, man, he would drop the word willow. And when he would tell a story,
I think we're
it's
up
just
for a break,
like,
Pat.
So the story goes, because we have a couple minutes. We were at the Flower and Patio show.
Okay.
And a attendee came up to Dick and said, "Hey, where do I get the pink pussy willows? I mean, who stocks those?"
Mm-hmm.
And Dick said, "There is no pink pussy willow." And the lady goes, "Yeah, there's different colors." He goes, "No, well, if you find one, let me know." And then he goes behind the curtain where they have a floral show, and the florist is painting pussy willows, pink and blue and purple and all this color. And so Dick's telling this story on the radio, and he goes, and again, remember, he doesn't say the word willow, and he goes, "They got him in pink, they got him in black, they got him in blue." And to this day, Dick Crumb or Joe Stasiak put his truck in a ditch.
It's still there.
But Joe started recording all of the words that could be how close some of the words in horticulture and agriculture sound to words that you might find in a porno movie.
Oh.
I mean, there's some similarities.
There's more than just
when you just
one?
right. I mean, they're just questionable when you hear them. You're
Oh,
thinking,
sure.
Oh no!
I mean,
that a
hell, look
word
at the
for
plumbing. Look at the plumbing business.
Again, you're right.
I mean, the nipples come in all sizes.
Right.
You got the ball cocks. You got the. It's just like
we actually have a trade name that was a glorified nipple chaser. That was the guy that had to cut all the different sizes of short pieces of pipe, which are called nipples, and they were always called the glorified nipple chaser. It was the lowest of low jobs in plumbing.
Well, I hate this conversation.
Big Al joins us on the program.
Save me,
Al.
Big Al.
How y'all doing?
We're doing well.
I can tell you're oversexed, all of you.
I know.
Yeah. I know this voice. Hey, Al.
Hey, Denny. Hey, I was surprised you were talking about woodpeckers because my good friend Stan had 3 holes in the side of his house that woodpeckers had pecked into the wood and were now living inside the building. He patched those up. The woodpecker, he had 7 of them hanging around, and he went to, what was the name of that store where they bought plastic woodpeckers?
That was Birds, Wild Birds.
Wild Birds Unlimited, yeah. He went there like 2 days ago and bought one, and all the rest of his woodpeckers took off. And what he told me was woodpeckers are very territorial.
Oh.
So evidently this one that he bought may have been a little bit bigger, or he may have been the type of woodpecker that is really aggressive against other woodpeckers. I don't know the reason, but yeah. I heard territorial.
Okay. That's that would be a second vote for Neighbor Ted's idea.
Yeah, because so owls probably won't work because they're not competition. So what we need is a fake woodpecker.
We need a fake woodpecker.
Well, that's exactly what I suggested to him. You got a woodpecker instead of an owl? He says, yep, and they're gone.
There you go.
That's
Whatever
good
works.
enough.
All right.
Al, good to hear your voice again.
All right, we're coming right back, 93 WIBC. Saturday's Home and Garden program brought you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. All right, we have another woodpecker call from Mark. Hey, Mark, good morning.
Hey, how you doing today?
Doing good.
Hey, don't know if this will work with the woodpeckers, but my wife makes up a solution of boils red pepper flakes in water, and then we strain the flakes off, put it in a spray bottle to keep other types of birds out of our Christmas wreaths and those type of things. So usually lasts for about 2 weeks before we have to reapply it.
Yeah, so I wonder if there was a way, if you did something like that, you'd almost have to have something where you could spray it, because you'd have to do a pretty good size.
And we put it in a spray bottle, and we're just a few steps on the ladder, not as high as that gentleman was talking about,
sure.
But anyway.
All right, well, good idea.
I'd throw it out there.
All right, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. So not a bad idea. Let's see. Dwight joins us on the program. Hey, Dwight.
Hey, long-time listener, first-time caller. I've been listening all morning, and I did hear you guys say about how the first 2 hours was kind of whatever, and then Roland came on.
Yeah.
Can we bring Roland back?
You know what?
He's going to be regular, I think.
He should be a regular. That's, you know what? That's definitely coming up in our pre-show meeting.
Can I be a part of that somehow? Because I want to meet Roland. Totally stole your show, in my opinion.
I totally agree with you.
There wasn't much to steal, but
I was going to say, he didn't get much. He didn't get much, but he did steal it. So, excellent. All right, Dwight, when we have that meeting, we've got your number. You'll hear from us. Raymond joins us on the program. Hey, Raymond.
Hey, how are you today?
We're doing good.
Hey, I didn't know that there was requirements for somebody being hungry need to be fed. All the food pantries and stuff we have around, we have a food pantry at our church, and we were told in the past week or so that Gleaners could no longer provide food to our pantry because we either passed out tracts or even mentioned the Bible, and we feed 560 families a week, so that covers a lot of people, and I don't know if people know that.
So let me just make sure I understand this. You're saying Gleaners, who's one of the largest food banks, obviously, and they send food to different agencies that then distribute that as well as them distributing it themselves. And you're saying your church was the recipient of food supplies from Gleaners, but because you're affiliated with a church, they're no longer supplying you with food?
Yes, they have to sign a contract that says they will not mention the Bible or pass out tracts in order to continue getting food from Gleaners for our pantry. And our pantry said they would not sign the contract, so they have to look for different sources. And our pantry, they allow a person to go in with a cart and pick out what they want, not just pass out what is all that they have to give to them. So
sure,
I think it's not a matter of hunger. It's a matter of power. Who controls the ability to allow that to happen?
Well, you know what, Raymond, I hope that gets resolved to your guys' satisfaction, or hopefully you'll come up with some other ways to serve the people you're serving, because I'm sure it's very important to those folks. Thanks for the call. Up next, we have regular Jeff joining us on the program. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, good morning. Terry, take your headphones off. Ethan on the dump button.
Okay, here we go.
Actual story that really happened, okay? I know that the Trump campaign, when you heard about him talking about Arnold Palmer in his hometown, that they just tried to clean that up for the campaign. I got some golfing buddies. They've told this story for years and said it was the truth. Arnold had an appointment at a podiatrist one time, and he walked in there. He's in the waiting room. The doc walks in. Arnold's stark naked. The doctor said, "Arnold, I'm a podiatrist. That's not a foot." He said, "Doc, are we really going to argue over a half inch?"
Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know where our show went today.
See you, man.
See you, Jeff. Okay, I'm going to wait the required 15 seconds. Okay. Who's on from Michaelis? Richard? Oh. Richard Michaelis joins us.
The Richard?
See how I waited 50? I wanted to disconnect you, Richard, from Jeff's comments. Yeah.
Thank you. How are you guys? Good morning.
We're doing good. We're doing good. It's been a while since we've talked to you.
Yeah. Well, first, I've been listening to the show a little bit, and I know it's sectional, high school football sectional. What was the Danville-Bray-Buff game that you talked about?
All right. So here's the story. And again, I have no one. I've asked someone to call, and no one has. And I talked to someone from Brebeuf. So Brebeuf was up. Danville scored 29 unanswered points to tie it and to put it into overtime. I guess including a multilateral whatever to tie it up. So they went first in overtime. They scored. Brebeuf then had their shot. It was 4th and 6. Danville stopped them. So Danville wins the game. But however, the kids on the sidelines, went onto the field, not very far. We were watching the video of it. And after a long discussion, I guess, the referees called them for unsportsmanlike conduct, gave Brebeuf another chance. Brebeuf then scored and won the game.
Yeah, you hate to see a game like that.
Yeah.
Especially in overtime.
Not fair to anybody on that one.
No, I would agree.
Yep.
Okay, so today I'd like to talk about some of our services we offer, and I've been asked to talk about sagging floors and foundation issues. And generally that's going to be around a crawl space area, I believe. Not always.
No.
And, I think homeowners will notice that, at least the sagging floors. They may not notice the foundation issues as far as settlement, things like that. But, Pat, when it's been dry like this, a lot of folks will think moisture creates issues. Well, doggone it, dry dirt, can allow settlement also. So we'd like to inspect as many crawl spaces as we can, and we offer free inspection services for that because I know a lot of folks don't peek in a crawl space. They're kind of spooky, and
so true.
A lot of times they're filled off and not inviting. So we're offering free inspection for crawl space and basement inspections, and then we've had this campaign for a while. There's no deposit on any crawl space or foundation work, and when I say that, basically you don't pay till the end of the project.
Wow.
So
okay.
that's an offer that's still out there, and then a preferred customer discount of up to 10% on some of those services also.
So it'd be kind of interesting because it's been so dry for someone to have their crawl space inspected now, because if in fact they did have any groundwater, you might be more, because a lot of times you see moisture in there and it's a downspout that's been knocked off, right? But now we know if there's water in the crawl space or it's damp down there, it's something else.
It's something else. Yeah, it's something else. And I think I heard someone mention earlier in the show that, musty smells and that smell of maybe a mold or antimicrobial product, that's a sure tell sign also that maybe something's going on down there. So, people see their basements quite often. Folks don't look in crawl spaces, and I don't blame them. There's nothing, unless it's your crawl space, it's, got the big screen TV and all the...
I knew that, Richard, as a high schooler. Because we used to take beer and store beer back in the crawl space because we knew our dad wasn't going to go climbing into the crawl space to do an inspection.
Yeah.
Now, the beer tastes a little musty. I will say that.
I'm guessing my lads, our children right now, are going, oh, boy, we didn't get caught.
True story. True story.
Yeah,
so
yeah, but we're busy with all services, but the crawl space. The timing's right to jump into those crawl spaces now, especially before the spring rains start coming in, and all the companies that offer the services that we offer, everybody's going to get busy. So if your listeners are interested at all, give us a call, and we'll set up a free inspection to that crawl space and basement and help out any way we can.
There you go. Richard, thanks for spending a little time with us. We appreciate it. The number 844-FIX-INDY. That's 844-FIX-INDY. Water storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. This isn't the Craft Corner music, is it? Hey, Ethan?
This song's better, though.
Oh, there you
Thank
go.
you.
But I like that song.
Well, what that's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the segment that we have all dearly missed these last long weeks, like a long winter. It's Craft Corner, and once again, unsponsored. Terry Stacy, Allison Lemons.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Craft Corner.
If you want to watch us, it's Facebook Live right now, Home and Garden, Indiana. And if you're watching, make sure you turn your radio down because it'll be a little off.
Thank you for doing my job.
Okay. Well, anyway, Denny, let us know who's there. Let us know who's there so we can say hello to them. Thank you for tuning in. Since we've been away for a while, we've really got 3 different crafts to show you. Real fast, though. We're not going to do a lot of them.
We have till 1.
We have until 1 o'clock if you've been out leaf peeping. And I just want to say that I think I have the most beautiful, even though my mom says I'm bragging, the most beautiful leaves on the planet in my own backyard.
That's what everybody has always said about you.
I know it. And you know what? Here's the great thing. You all are looking up, but look down. Look on the ground and look at the beautiful leaves. There goes Denny. Tell us to wind it up. But our leaves, pick them up. We're going to use them for a craft. In the craft we're using them for.
Hi, Susie. Susie Schaefer.
Oh, good. Let us know. This particular craft, we're going to take a gourd, and we're going to take the leaves that are on the ground that are so beautiful, and we're going to decoupage. Put them on your pumpkins, and there are your gourds, and it's just beautiful. Very simple, you just put your decoupage on, then you let it sit for a minute and get sticky, and then take your beautiful leaves that you found. The kids will love going and grabbing them too. And then maybe you've got some flowers that are still in bloom that you want to use, but then decoupage over it and let it sit for a couple of days, and they turn out beautiful, I promise you. That's one of our crafts.
Susie said hi to me, by the way.
Oh, good,
said hi,
Susie.
Pat. Yeah.
Okay, well, you said hi back, so I think we're done with that.
Hi, Jeff.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Jeff. The next one we're going to use this is for your Halloween parties, and you're going to be maybe having people in your bathroom. And this one is very simple. You're just going to buy a plastic pumpkin at the dollar store. The round ones are hard to find right now. Now we're into buckets. And you're going to cut out the mouth of that pumpkin, on that jack-o'-lantern, I should say.
Charlie Brown is watching. Howdy from Lawrence. Terry Miller, Beverly.
Man, we're so glad everybody's there.
Barbara Wood.
Yeah.
Hi, Barbara.
Can we get back to the toilet paper?
You're going to cut the back half of your your plastic jack-o'-lantern that you buy, at the dollar store to put the kids' candies in as they're trick-or-treating. Cut the mouth out, cut the back off. Then this is going to fit over your toilet paper holder in the bathroom, right? You can put that on the
Jeff's not in San Francisco.
Pull that out.
Hi, Jeff.
How do you secure it, you ask?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh, San Francisco. Hello.
Oh, my gosh.
Hi, Karen.
What time is it in San Francisco? Very early, I do believe.
Oh, yeah, good morning.
Once you get this on, people are asking, how do you secure it? You can buy one of those little plastic hooks that, come on and off. I don't know what you call them, but they're like tape. Yeah, command strips. Or you can use double-sided tape and put it on both sides to stick up against the wall. But it's kind of fun, huh?
That is fun.
That's a good
really
one.
like this one.
That's a good one. Either
That's a
way,
good one.
hang it, or you can do it that way
Kids
over
will
the
love
toilet
that
paper
one.
holder.
They'll
Now,
think it's funny.
Here's the one that we're going to work on today, and this is turning a pumpkin. It's National Pumpkin Day, by the way. Happy National Pumpkins.
How timely.
It's perfect. Pat brought us some of his beautiful pumpkins from Sullivan Hardware and gourds. You're going to need pumpkins and gourds, and you take it from here, Allison.
Oh, okay. So
we're going to turn them into mushrooms.
We're going to turn them into little toadstools or mushrooms. So
Steve said, "Hey, I know why Pat was out of breath from carrying your gourds."
There's more behind me too. They're kind of heavy. I suggest maybe a little smaller than this, but it's okay. So you're going to make sure you find a gourd that can stand up straight, like this one, or this one. Then you're going to cut the top off to make it flat, and then we're going to take a drill. What is this thing called, Denny?
It's called a hole saw.
A hole saw.
That's a hole saw.
Hole saw.
And then you're going to put it right on top of the flat part and make it just a little bit of a divot.
Watch your hand.
You're going to make that divot because that's where a candle is going to go. We're going to put one, just a tea light candle.
Hold the gourd way down low.
You put your hand here.
Danny told me to hold this part.
Okay.
You don't have to hold it.
I got your gourd.
Wait, what?
You're good to go.
Oh, that's good. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I think that was a bit dramatic.
A little slower.
How about there?
That good?
That's good. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You drilled.
Yeah, and the fact that you all screamed didn't make me feel any better about myself.
Oh no,
that
we
was
didn't mean to.
Terry Lynn that screamed.
Just made me
How
scared.
do I get this part out?
Well, how you're going to get that part out is you're going to cut out. I'd go right down the middle, like cut it down in the middle.
I think it just needs popped out.
Kay watches every week. Thanks, Kay.
Thank you, Kay.
Yeah, just pop
And
it out.
Teresa.
Are you getting this, Denny?
While she's cutting that out, you're going to take your pumpkin, which could be a pie pumpkin, a pie pumpkin, which is small, and you're going to turn it upside down, and you're going to cut the top off, the lid off that normally has the stem.
Perfectly, Allison.
It's perfect.
I'm getting better, everyone.
That is good. Good girl. You're going to cut out the top, which is the stem. You're going to make a circle and cut that out a little bit. If you're watching on Facebook, you can see how big that is. Just depends. You're going to, this is fail safe, I'm sure.
Now, can we light the candle first before we put that on top?
You can.
Well, we're not done with the pumpkin yet.
So you take the pumpkin mesh out of it, the stuff in the middle, take out the pumpkin mush, get that out of there so it's hollow. And then you're going to take your drill again, and you're going to use different sizes of, what are these called, Denny?
Spade bit.
Spade bit. And you're just going to drill holes in it. Like that.
And different size holes.
Different size holes.
All around the pumpkin. Like a mushroom top.
Just like a mushroom top.
She's throwing pumpkin guts all
He told me to be
We
careful.
got Courtney White is watching, Linda Wood, and David Welsh also watching.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope. Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying the pumpkin crafts? I hope so.
Well, right now,
so. Like
among themselves, they're discussing woodpeckers.
Oh.
So, but you guys keep going.
Okay. So we're going to then. So what's this has made you put your holes all around that pie pumpkin, and it's all clean and neat. You're going to. This is going to be the top of your mushroom. Okay. And so you're going to end up lighting that tea light, and then this will sit right on top. As soon as I can make it fit on top, there we go. It will fit. I'm sure of it. And then you light it, and you've made like a really cool little lighty mushroom, right?
Aren't they cute?
Let's
They're like
find
little toad mushrooms.
Yeah. And we just have to clean this one up a little bit more.
And
We will.
make different sizes and put them all together.
Yeah. Let's put a light on it. Let's put a light on it.
Oh, boy. Now we have a match going.
Happy birthday to you.
Pumpkin Day.
Happy birthday
to you.
Are you holding it, Allison?
To the best that I can.
And many more.
Anthony.
Happy Pumpkin Day, everybody.
Anthony, thank you, Anthony, for watching. Laura, Barry's been watching.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you like this one.
Nana, Janet, Julie, Robin, thanks, everyone, for watching.
Thank you.
Yes,
there you go. Craft Corner,
I hope
everyone.
It's inspiring you. Happy Halloween.
Unsponsored, by the way.
Yeah. Bye. Is it over?
All right, it is over. And I will say the power tools scared me just a little bit because I just.
Every time you look at me, I see fear in your eyes, and I don't understand.
Well, because I know that when you're using a tool on something odd like a fleshy melon, you could take your hand off. You could cut yourself. So I'm glad everyone's.
I will say I borrowed this drill from my father, and he told me to let Denny use it.
Oh boy, that's.
How does this look? Really, is it good? Does it look okay?
This is a good one. Pat,
Okay.
don't
Ethan,
you like
what do
this
you
one?
think? Ethan, can you see it?
Ethan,
Should we
do
turn
you
the
like
lights
this
out?
toad one?
I think it's the most
Yeah, turn
beautiful
the light
mushroom I've ever seen.
It really is.
Look.
Whoa,
Look. Oh, look.
Oh my gosh. Now the lights are off.
Okay, now it's time to go. Carolyn, Sonia, thanks for watching. We're coming right back. 93 WIBC. Hey, good morning. Welcome back. Well, I thought that Craft Corner was excellent.
I thought it was fabulous.
It was a good one, Terry. I think we did good.
We've got this little mushroom with the gourd on the bottom and the pumpkin on the top with all of these freshly drilled holes, and it looks beautiful.
And thank you, everyone, for watching and listening. It makes it even more fun. These comments are making me giggle. One said, David said, this would have been a great Craft Corner to use Pat's $high coconut.
Which was something from the store that Terry found that was mocking me for the price of that
Here's
sculpture.
the comment I got. I enjoyed it when Denny accused them of throwing pumpkin guts all over the place. But when you use the drill throws, centrifugal force.
And this is one I don't know how to take. Anthony says, this segment always brings tears to my eyes. Now,
well played.
That could be tears of sadness or tears of joy.
I'm going to go with
We're going to go joy.
Yeah. Sorry,
So
Anthony.
thank you all for listening and commenting. We really like that. It's so
Very
fun.
good.
So
All right.
fun.
Let's see. We have, someone said it's the best ever.
Oh, my gosh.
Lynette joins us on the program. Hi, Lynette.
Hi there.
Hi. What's up?
I have a sunset maple tree, actually two of them that I planted several years ago, and they're big enough to hold a hammock. But I noticed one is suffering from something, and I was looking at the base. There are ants crawling around, and it looks like they're drilling holes, and their little piles look like they're wood shavings instead of dirt. And I wondered if ants can destroy the roots of a tree or what's going on.
That would be more than likely a secondary issue to the issue that you have. So I would say, I love a sunset maple. They're so beautiful. I think it would be worth, how big are they now?
Pretty big. They're as tall as my house roof.
Oh,
so
I would have get an arborist out, and they can probably, because more than likely, like say the ants aren't causing that. There's something else going on, and the ants are finding that soft wood that they're going through.
Lynette, here's a number for you. It's Max Bigelow, Bigelow, Max Bigelow, 317-487-6098, 487-6098.
Why don't we have Max on the show? Have you ever had him on?
A long time ago. When you're not here, that's when I bring guests in.
I have another question, too,
Yeah.
if you're still there. I also had squirrels chewing the bark off of a white dogwood that I planted about 3 years ago. I actually bought it from your store.
Now, that's enough, Lynette. Your house is haunted. Between the maples and the dogwoods.
I am.
This lady's a nut, Pat.
So that's a problem. So the problem with squirrels is they have to gnaw to reduce the size of keep their teeth from growing, because they're rodents. Squirrels are rodents. So I think the best thing you do is I would get some of that plastic trunk guard and put that up around there, because I mean we've had squirrels that chew on the trim on the house.
They chew on asphalt
everything.
when they can't chew on trees or something. They chew on asphalt to sharpen.
So you don't want how much bark have they taken off that tree?
Well, enough that I think it died this time.
Oh shoot!
Getting bad, and I tried to put that wound spray on it.
Yeah, that didn't do anything.
To keep stuff out, but it didn't. There's a lot of starts coming up from the base, so I mean the roots are still good. I think it's truly because they destroyed the bark.
Yeah, once the bark comes off and that lose the cambium layer has all those little straws that take the water up the trunk and into the tree. So once that is interrupted at 100%, you're in trouble.
Should I try a different kind of tree, or are they more prone to doing white dogwoods? Or I don't know.
People have tried to sit down a squirrel, I should say, and try to get into the mind of a squirrel, but nobody really knows why they do what they do. But they've had, like, we carried that kind of that expensive patio, that resin patio furniture. We get more and more. We're getting squirrels that are chewing on that.
Yeah.
So the next tree you get, or you might even want to try to start one, a sucker, pick out the strongest one, and if you want to give it a go. But whatever the next one is, make sure you use the plastic tree guard.
So it's a physical piece of plastic?
Yeah, it's plastic that has holes in it, but then that should, it'll obviously a paper that I think they would just chew right through the paper, but this plastic stuff, that should keep them away. But I don't know the answer to why they do what they do.
You sell that at your store?
Yeah, we sure do.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, Lynette.
Terry Stacy got pumpkin guts over my drill. I cleaned it. With what?
Sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah. Anyway, people like your segment, ladies.
I'm so happy.
They like your segment.
Hey, Denny.
Missed Craft Corner.
Hey, Pat.
Why don't you talk for a minute?
All right. Well, we're brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Those are really nice people. If you ever do really run into a pickle, whether it's water storms, fire, wet basements, these are pretty nice people. They will listen to you carefully. They'll give you the quotes when you need them. They're not pushy.
Is it on fire?
844-FIX-INDY. What is that smell, for God's sake?
I think the pumpkin's cooking.
The pumpkin is cooking a little bit. A lot of comments said use LED tea lights.
Yes.
That is correct, everybody. We don't have any.
That smells like
Does anyone use candles anymore?
But it's a little spooky with the smoke coming out.
Those little puck ones, they can change all different color and stuff. I think those are really cool. I know, everybody.
Everyone's counting you down.
Yelling 4 seconds.
Because you're looking at your
hour
feet.
number 4 is coming up. Hi. Sorry about that.
More tech issues.
No, that's totally my fault that time. Well, we were talking about Allison has a big trip coming up. Did you know that? She's going to
Machu Picchu. Yeah, next month. Yeah, I haven't really
She
told a lot
is
of people,
turning the big 3-0.
I look like it too, don't
And
I?
her dad is turning the big 6-0.
Yeah.
No,
So
you don't.
together, we're going to do a little big family
You're going
trip.
to be the big 9-0.
Together, we are a giant old man. Yeah.
So, but you're going on a tour type thing. So that would be
Yes.
Anytime
I'm going
I
with
want to
tour
go
group.
the first time, I want someone to tell me where to go.
Yeah, especially when it's
Pat, I
a
will do
country
that
where
for
I don't
free every
speak their
Saturday.
language. Well,
God, you don't have to go on a trip.
I want someone like to have a tour and then you have free time and they tell me, don't go any further than that big rock.
I also
That's my type of.
like not having to make decisions.
I do too.
It's so nice.
Yeah, because when you
know it's
want to
gonna be
relax.
quality. Yeah.
So
we're really excited. Yeah. In November.
Sasha, what's the farthest you've been away from home? France.
Did you go to Paris or did you go to the countryside? Oh, beautiful.
Versailles. So I'm kind of down on Paris right now. We're waiting on animatronics for our big Sullivan Express Christmas thing. Trying to deal with people from Paris. It really is like the show Emily in Paris. If you email them, 3 to 5 days.
Try dealing with the Italians. It's a European thing. It's what it
I
is.
think it's because, Americans, we expect people to be at their phones and their emails 24/7 because
That's right.
That's how we do business. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's how we do it. But I think other countries, they take an hour break after lunch.
Spain shuts down for the first 2 weeks of August, come hell or high water. And
Yeah,
I mean,
God bless 'em.
when their companies go on break, that's it.
Iceland just went to 4-day work weeks.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Lazy people. No. But
American.
I even did not bother them during the Olympics. A whole month, I didn't bother. I ordered this stuff like in May. Didn't bother them because I knew, And then, so when that was over, it's like, they just don't get back to you. It's like, so now, of course, it's late getting on a ship. And now I'm following this ship, hoping it's going to make it over here. So do you play any musical instruments? Well, I don't really need anyone to play. I just need to pretend. Could you mind putting on a bear suit and playing a violin?
No.
He's
going to put you in a tunnel somewhere.
It's a brand new part of the Sullivan Express, and I don't really want to say it out loud because it's a surprise, but I just need some bears that can play some musical instruments. So if you're in, you're in. If not, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
No,
we'll pipe in the music. Trust me, this stuff from France, they're not playing anything. They're just pretending they're playing. They're bears,
How long of a shift is that?
I
might want to see about
11
like
hours.
About 11 hours?
On a weekend.
Okay. Standing or are you at a chair? Yeah.
Well, the standard's 725.
Oh.
That's the funny thing, switching gears really quickly. Everyone acts like, they're big. Oh, the minimum wage. Is there anyone that's making minimum wage?
I don't even know what it is anymore. What is it?
Still 7.25.
It's still 7.25.
Yeah.
Right. It can't. I would say
wow.
Opening wage for a high school kid is $10 for totally unexperienced.
Yeah.
Crew car wash starting wage is $15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fast food. I mean,
everyone needs workers.
That's right. Sasha, we don't see you. Have a great weekend. All right. There goes Sasha, everyone.
Yay.
Well, I didn't think we'd last through 3 hours. The place smells like charred pumpkin.
Did somebody put that out?
Yes, we put out our pumpkin candle, and I think it made Denny have an allergic reaction.
I'm dying here. I don't know what happened. I will but I thought it was pretty neat. Allison
Did
got
Denny
mad
say
and
he's
knocked the
dying?
pumpkin off. Yeah, don't get your hopes up, Pat. I'm
Wipe
going to
that
haunt you for the
smile
rest of
off
your
your
life.
face.
I'm kidding. Hey, to everyone, today is National Chicken Fried Steak Day.
I thought today was Pumpkin Day.
I'll get there. National Trick or Treat Day, which is the last. Would you support?
What?
It's the last Saturday in October. Wouldn't it be cool to have Halloween celebration on the last Saturday?
Yeah.
Just every year.
Yeah.
I think that would be great because so many times it's like it's a Tuesday and you got to go to school the next day. How fun would that be? Why is everybody snapping at me? Terry's mic's not on.
I was getting her mic on.
Okay.
I wasn't snapping at you.
Okay.
Hard to get attention.
Yes or no? You say.
No, it's keep it on that right day.
So you're all
31st.
about kids going out on a Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, we did. That's what you do. You shouldn't be out all night. But there's actually no time limit.
So
you
fun.
can only
Just
go until
always
9
on a
anyway,
Saturday.
right?
No.
Nobody
Always on the 31st.
Can
What are you going to
imagine
do
how
with
much-
All Saints Day? All Saints Day is the day after.
It can still be where it is.
Can you imagine how much candy you'd have to buy if it was on Saturday?
What do you mean?
What?
Saturday, because Saturday would be there would be.
It'd
I
be
mean, Saturday would
great.
be huge. And by the way, we've started celebrating Halloween for a month with trunk or treats.
Right.
So the
Trunk
kids
or
have already
treats
been trunk or
are
treating
out
for
of control.
weeks.
In the best way.
So I mean,
Pat, I think
there's
you lit a
enough.
fuse here. But I am a traditionalist. October 31st. That's where it should be.
It should be there.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
If
Are you wagging your fingers?
You can look at the other holidays and see how each holiday handles himself. And I would say look at Thanksgiving.
Right.
It's always on a Thursday. Thursday before the you don't have Thanksgiving on a Monday.
How come that moves
What
around?
about Christmas?
No, it's always
Christmas
on the
stays
20,
It's
always the last Thursday, I think.
The one that I tell you, the one that's really screwed up is Easter. Nobody can ever predict
That's
when
right.
Easter's is.
Easter.
The Pope was trying to change it, wasn't he?
Easter needs to pick a date and stick with it. Now, when I say that, I understand I'm going to get some religious people. It's like, well, man, it's based off the daylight.
Well,
I get that.
Daylight savings time, we always fall back the first weekend of November, and the third weekend of March, we go forward. So there's ways to do it, but I don't know. You're not moving
I just think
Halloween
Saturday would be really cool, but obviously that's not going to work. Today, this is really interesting, and I'm actually going to a big party tonight. Today is National Financial Crime Fighter Day.
Oh, boy. How are you going to celebrate that, Denny?
It's kind of a boring party.
What are you wearing, a white shirt and a tie?
Oddly, I don't know why this is on here. National Tennessee Day. Keep it in your own state.
Where are we playing Tennessee? Are we playing Tennessee?
They probably became Tennessee today.
Probably.
On this date a million years
National
ago.
Mule Day.
Oh,
named after my favorite co-host, Pat Sullivan.
How about this? National Mincemeat Day.
Oh, which was what Pat makes of me most Saturdays.
And National Pumpkin Day.
Oh,
see, that one I like.
I like that one
Festive.
too.
And here, how about this? National Make a Difference Day.
That's us every day.
What's wrong with that? You said it in a funny voice.
Because
he's
it just
making
seems
fun of it.
Are you
making fun of it? But I'm not making fun of this one because it's National Day of the Deployed. Are fighting who
Pat,
are all around the world.
I have a quick question for you. The great pumpkin contest that we have at the state fair, they always say that they're gourds, they're not pumpkins. How do you tell the difference between a pumpkin and a gourd? How do you know?
I guess you'd fry it up. I don't know.
You know how
I was surprised when he told me that.
I was surprised. Did you know the pumpkin is a berry?
No,
really?
What?
A pumpkin is a berry.
Wait.
Really?
So wait a minute. Is
I thought it was a melon. I thought it was in the melon
family. A strawberry
family.
is not a berry. Pumpkin is a berry.
What about eggplant?
And a tomato is a fruit.
Tomato is a fruit.
I thought pumpkins were vegetables. Oh, you're right. Botanically speaking, the definition is a berry is a fruit that develops from a single flower and contains seeds and pulp.
So pumpkin is a berry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so would eggplant.
I don't like
So would be
that.
cucumber.
But it is
all
what
of these things would be berries. Then.
Yeah, I mean, but like a strawberry isn't a berry.
About a melon.
Or a blueberry isn't a berry.
A melon comes from a single blossom.
What is that?
Then it's a berry. What?
A blueberry is not a berry?
I don't think. I think. Let me just double check. I have this somewhere because in my not. Maybe my.
I
brain
liked it
isn't
better when
working
we were talking
correctly.
about cicadas.
But I believe
a blueberry is a berry.
A blueberry
but a
is
strawberry is not a berry.
Yeah.
What is a strawberry?
A blackberry is not a berry.
Strawberry
Then
is...
if it's not a berry, what is it? You can't just throw that out there.
It's a fruit.
I feel like
It's
I'm
a
in
fruit.
an English class and they were throwing all these adverbs and adjectives at me.
Raspberry
It's called
not
a
berry.
false fruit. A strawberry is actually a multiple fruit which consists of many tiny individual fruits embedded in the fleshy receptacle.
I kind of want to be around one of like a Denny, like a
boy,
a master gardener.
Oh, he's
bless you.
sneezing now.
Oh boy, he's allergic
He
to
might
pumpkin.
be allergic to pumpkins.
I think he is.
Do you know a banana is a berry?
Is a berry. Yeah.
A watermelon is technically a berry.
Right. See, I taught you something today. Yay!
This is like
Now
literally.
raspberries.
Raspberry's not a berry.
I think you guys are full of
No,
beans.
it's cranberries.
What's a bean?
Cranberries
Okay,
and
what's a bean?
Blueberries.
Is a
are
bean a
in
berry?
between.
Is not a bean. I don't know what a bean is.
Well, you guys are full of them.
What's a maple tree? What's a maple tree then, Terry? What's that? Is that a berry?
You know, look what's happening. Look how I was a teacher for just a moment, and you, my students, have turned on me in an instant because you didn't like what I was teaching.
That's
no,
public education.
I think it's time for a break.
I think you're one of them communists, is what I think. Coming in here and telling us our strawberries
I never really liked the
ain't
class
berries.
This is not my
anyway.
most favorite day here with you people.
It's been a terrible
I'm
show.
gonna write that down in my
You
diary.
do better with
This was not my
mathematics.
favorite day.
All right, we're coming right back, whether you like it or not. 93 WIBC. Saturday's Home and Garden is brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Terry has dropped the bomb on us that strawberry is not a berry.
But pumpkins are a berry.
Okay, so this is what I read about pumpkins. You want to find confusing. Ready?
Okay.
Pumpkins are a type of winter squash, which also includes cucumbers and melons.
There
So
you
I
go.
said I thought melon. So they're technically a fruit, but they're nutritionally more similar to vegetables. It's like in 2 sentences, they've called it a fruit, a vegetable, a squash.
And it says it's they're botany berries.
Yeah, this is about the botany. That's why
I don't care.
I was in my botany class when I learned all this.
And you're making fun of my E equals MC squared.
Well, and this is why people still can't figure out what a tomato is.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, the fruit and vegetable industry is in a huge disarray.
Well, it sounds like it. But,
talk about, divided.
Yeah, but really, do you think about it? I mean, when you're in the departments and you're just looking, at a grape or a pumpkin, do you think about, well, that's a berry. That's a vegetable.
Denny does.
That's a fruit.
What? I'm just sitting here. I'm having an allergic attack. I can barely hear.
Are you
through my
okay?
ear. I don't know. I'm dying.
He's got his pen, EpiPen.
Do you have an EpiPen?
I got an EpiPen, but I'm not going to use it.
Can I hit you with it?
You might need to. His eyes are swollen
By the
up.
way,
Are you okay?
if I ever want somebody to hit me, it's going to be Allison. Did you see her slap the snot out of Hammer this week?
No.
Tell his story, Allison. This is a great story.
It was National Slap an Annoying Coworker Day.
Wow.
And Hammer and Nigel said that I could pick between the two of them to slap one of them on YouTube. And I said, whose idea was it? And Hammer said his. So I said, okay, well, it's you then. But the thing is, guys, I don't know if this is going to surprise you. I've never slapped anyone before. I was scared. I didn't want to hurt him. So I did slap him.
You slapped him a good one, but not hard enough.
I didn't want to do it hard enough. So I still feel really bad. But you can see the video on their Facebook
Oh, very
page.
nice.
I was listening to it in the car, and when she slapped him,
it was a slap heard around the world.
I heard it, and he goes, whoa, she brought the heat. And then I watched the video. You really did smack him a good one.
Good for you.
Can I hire you to hit Sullivan?
You know what? Maybe next year on
maybe
slap a annoying coworker day.
Yeah. Well, you're looking
but
at me
that's over.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
we're joined on the program by John. Hi, John.
Good morning or good afternoon now, Pat. How's everybody?
We're doing good.
Fine
Except
as
for
frog
Denny.
hair, man.
Except for Denny, he may
I don't know.
go into some sort of shock here. Or
Anybody
have to do with the EpiPen?
I'm putting this in my will. No mouth to mouth from Sullivan. Period. Let me die.
Only mouth to mouth from Sullivan. Got it.
Got it.
No.
Well, the reason I called is, Pat, I don't have a question in regard to the home and garden, but I did listen at the top of the hour, and I'd heard Sasha mention that she doesn't play musical instruments much anymore and all the rest, but she's kind of downplaying it a little bit because when she was younger, she would go into nursing homes and she would play piano for the residents there and entertain around Christmas and do all that, and she was quite good at it. And then she also played second violinist for the Children's Youth Orchestra for many years. And so
So Sasha is sandbagging her musical talent.
She's just a liar. She's just humble.
Yeah, I think that since she hasn't played regularly lately, that she's not as confident as she once was, but she can play.
Wow.
All right, John, so we have to ask, how do you know Sasha?
Well, I'm her father.
I had a feeling.
You got a good one there.
Hey,
you got a good one, John.
Denny, next week. Don't you have a violin?
No. Yeah, we do. We've got her older violin.
Well, I was talking about, do any of you guys have a violin?
I have a ukulele.
How about, Ethan, you got a violin or anything?
Nope, sorry.
How about anybody got a keyboard? We should just surprise her with a musical instrument.
She would hate I have a keyboard. If we need it, let me know.
John, you've got a wonderful daughter.
You do have a wonderful
really
daughter.
Proud of her, buddy.
Yeah, her mother and I are very, very proud and happy, and you guys really have made that such a welcoming environment, and we really thank you for that.
Yeah, well pretty much I have.
John, I've been a parole officer now for 3 years, and as part of the the reconstitution to society, she's done really well here at WIBC.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. I'm so glad.
Yeah. Thank you, John.
No, thank you guys, and keep up the good work. And I thought the project that
Craft Corner
did today, Craft Corner, wonderful.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
All right, see you, John. What a great guy.
Aw, John's
Sasha,
welcome back
you're
here.
a sandbagger.
Yeah, you guys all have made her feel so welcome. Yeah. While I'm doing crosstalk with Sasha, you people are all like doing nothing, your nails and.
Do you want to know why you do crosstalk?
Because I like her and I want to make her feel like part of the team.
No, because you insulted her one Saturday and you felt so bad I'm going to have to start talking to her.
Yeah.
But you dumped her like a bad habit.
Actually, the great thing about me is I have no memory.
Yeah. That's why you're always happy.
I don't really exactly.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that, Frank.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you're obviously not a woman.
Okay. So I'm going to say that we should take a short pause here.
Okay. Yeah.
For a commercial message from these fine retailers and businesses. Sullivan Hardware and Garden, 49th and Penn. It is Boo and Brew today. Is that correct?
Boo and
Boo
Brews.
and Brews. 49th and Penn. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It really is. If you're in the neighborhood down in Meridian, Kessler, or wherever, swing by there. I believe it's all free. I think it is.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's free, and it goes till 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. And I know the Kincaid's provide sausages and different things like that. At our Keystone location, one of our co-workers, Chris Dietrich, and his wife, Julie.
He's a good guy. Isn't he in the state?
Yeah, so that Chris, after he retired, came to work. Julie's been working for us for a long time. But Chris was kind of the hottest guy in school, so he really did not know who I was when we went to Bishop Chittard.
Oh, wow.
No idea. We even went to grade school together. Trust me, he did not know who I was. But, so now hey, can you turn on this mic over here, Pally?
Wow,
so
that was subtle.
Well,
He's
kid's
on
the phone. So
it's okay.
The hot guy in high school. So he's working after, So he's a grandfather now.
The hot guy?
The hot guy.
Is he a hot grandpa?
I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. I just know that he didn't know who I was. But so I'm out in the parking lot, and Chris was out there on a forklift. I don't want to tell you what he was doing with the forklift, but I said, and I got a picture of the new baby. Aww. Okay.
Aww.
And I said, Chris, your baby granddaughter is so beautiful. He goes, you have a picture of her? It's like, oh, yeah, here she is.
He didn't have one?
He didn't look at his phone.
Oh.
He's in state wrestling. He's in the Wrestling Hall of Fame, I'm pretty sure, in state of Indiana.
No.
No?
I mean, wrestling girls.
Is there a Hall of Fame for that?
He did a lot of girl wrestling.
I thought it was one of your employees is definitely, and I can't remember which.
It's not Chris Dietrich.
Okay.
No.
All right.
It would only be in the girl wrestling.
You sound awfully jealous.
Congratulations.
Beautiful baby.
Yeah.
Little baby.
I just thought it was so funny. I didn't want to. It's like, yeah, I got a picture of your granddaughter. Here she is.
It's very rare that I will call you when I hear news about station or whatever. And it's very rare that I call you that you don't already know something. I mean, you have got the drum beats of the jungle, man. You know everything from everybody.
That's not true.
It is true. I very rarely can I tell you something you don't already know.
Remember, well, that might be more of a reflection of you.
Like the time I told you we'd been fired.
All right, Ethan. So you came up. We were talking about AI, and is that what you're talking about? An AI spot, or is this one you voiced?
No, I didn't voice this. This is AI generated for your business specifically.
So he made a Sullivan Hardware jingle through AI.
Oh, let's hear
so
it.
That
Can
you
we
could
hear it?
kill me and hide. Okay, got it. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Here we go.
Aw, I like.
I feel like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. I love this.
Oh my gosh, this is so cute.
It is good.
I love it.
Whoa! Big boom! Wait a minute.
We got Denny raising the roof.
I think this is really good. Oh, man! Ethan! That's so good.
So,
Ethan, that's cool.
All right. So how do you?
Excuse me,
I don't
Ethan,
really
can you send
understand
that to
that.
us?
Yeah, I got you.
I don't really understand how that just happened.
Well, you give it a little bit of a prompt, and you give it some stuff to talk about, and then you give it about 5 minutes, sends you a notification, your song's done.
So it's a website that you go to, and is it a paid subscription?
Yeah.
Okay, and so then you give it you have like a little text box, and you describe what you want the song to be about.
Yep.
And like the person, details about the business, and then
crazy.
it says,
So,
okay,
Pat,
and then it just generates this
He did one for
song
Denny,
within
right?
5 minutes.
He did one for Denny.
Right.
And it was good.
Pat,
And they're good.
just put in, you want to talk about me. Okay, and it will come out. It might be Toby Keith, But
no,
if you put it in,
it's an original song.
isn't that amazing?
It's original.
It is an original song, and that's what's kind of scary.
Kind of
how
terrifying.
I mean, it's terrifying,
You know
but
how
let's
fast-
enjoy the moment.
And it's
I know.
yeah. Well, we are enjoying
I'm
the moment.
still
just
worried
saying-
about Chris Dietrich not having a picture of his new granddaughter. How the hell does that happen? I mean,
That's cool.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Very cool. I liked it. Didn't you like it?
Ethan,
I did.
thank you.
I
You
thought
know,
that was
we haven't seen you
good.
for 5
it's
weeks.
mind
and
blowing.
Yeah.
But it's
But it's
really
good.
good.
It's really good.
yeah.
Thanks, Ethan.
No problem. Happy to have you guys back.
Yeah. Hey, Pat,
all
I've
right.
got a story for you.
Okay.
Okay. I just had this allergic reaction about killed me.
Yeah.
I've always been told that if you do strong coffee with no sugar, no tea, no cream, no nothing, it knocked it off like that. I just went out and they have real coffee in our coffee maker now.
They have coffee here?
I was gonna say you actually look better.
I feel better, but it's
'Cause
the
your eyes
strong
were swelling
coffee.
up a little bit.
Oh my!
See?
I should have made sure there wasn't any coffee.
You fix yourself.
Wow.
Careful, you can't say that to a vet. So.
Now
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for
That was
listening.
Okay.
everybody.
Ethan.
Now, can we have a break?
Bravo.
No,
we
you know what?
leaving?
We have a minute here. An airport in New Zealand. So I got this from the trash can from the Hammer and Nigel show.
Okay.
I will say they have some good stories.
They did. An airport in New Zealand. This is something that bugs me. An airport in New Zealand put up a sign that says, "Farewell hugs in drop-off lane are limited to 3 minutes. For fonder farewells, use the parking lot." Because Indianapolis is the only airport that I have gone to that allows just people to stay there. I mean, the whole idea of making people move is so that someone doesn't pull up with a bomb in their vehicle and blow up half the airport. You have to keep moving, right? And in Indianapolis, it's like you can't get to the curb because there's just people with their flashers on. Like
saying goodbye.
cell lot. No, this is a cell lot issue.
Oh, okay.
So
because this story was about.
this is about
like three
minutes. 3 minutes for a
That's plenty of
farewell.
time.
When I went to New
That's a
York,
little
the
too
Uber
long.
drivers had to go to a different place, and they literally told you before you got out of the car, now we only have 90 seconds. So I'll get the stuff out of the back, you get your stuff, but if it goes more than 90 seconds, the cops are going to come over here and bust my chops. I thought that was unusual, but you're right, Pat. You can't do that in New York.
No. New York, you just do a slow roll.
Yeah, they roll you out.
Ubers just
Well,
they
90
slow
seconds
down,
is
they
what he
kick the
told
door open and just roll out. So
That is interesting, though.
yeah.
But you got to keep things moving. I feel like we're losing airport etiquette these days. The last couple of times I've been to the airport, it's just
Hey, Pat, when was the last
people
time?
aren't ready.
Have
They're
you
not
told her about
prepared.
lunch?
They don't have their stuff out. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, security
Or they're
going
not
through,
paying
going through
attention.
security and stuff.
Yeah, have you told her about Machu Picchu? Because she's going there. You better tell her about it. Things are different there in Peru.
There's a circus in the summer.
It's called Circus City.
No,
Yeah.
I'm going to miss it.
Circus City.
Oh, this
Right?
is so difficult.
Yeah,
you're geographically challenged, and
Yeah.
I love Circus City.
the best
I
part
love
is he's got a
Peru.
third grade
Great little,
education.
trip.
Fourth.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, can we break now?
I think so.
Let's do, please.
All right. Saturday's Home and Garden program brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. What started on a cold, cloudy morning
It sounds
with
like
snow
an
flurries
English thing. This sounds like an English literature thing.
and has now ended up, and the key word there, ended. Not our best work, not going to the Hall of Fame, but here we are. It is time for the speed round where you call us at 239-9393 and we take your question lickety-split. A quicker question gets a quicker answer. but you're going to tell us about your plans for Halloween, and that's okay. The Speed Round is brought to you by
another great family business right here in the state of Indiana. It's Thompson Furniture and Mattress out of Columbus. Great pricing on Lazy Boy, Indiana-made Smith Brothers furniture, mattresses made in Indiana too, and maintenance-free outdoor furniture. Listen, it's free delivery up to 75 miles. ThompsonFurniture.net.
Who's ready for the Speed Round?
Sign me up. Let's go.
We're
Punch
ready.
the button, brother.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Time's ticking. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Wake up.
Speed Round.
Look at Pat's glasses. They are so filthy.
see.
I don't know how to
You're
use
looking
scratched.
through steel wool, son.
Wait, did I tell you though they're scratched, but I found out they're guaranteed. Did we talk about this
They're
last week?
guaranteed to not be able to see out of them.
So I get new lenses for free, but they need to take my glasses for 2 weeks.
So what? You don't have backup glasses?
No.
Oh,
I
well.
don't. They just gave me a cane.
Do they know that you've already... They just gave you a cane. That's funny.
Lisa joins us on the program. Hi, Lisa.
Hello, guys.
Put
How
those
are you?
sunglasses
We're doing well.
Hey, so I have a question. We have a household debate here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, when to turn the sprinklers off or when not to turn them on. So the 1st of October, he overseeded the yard. And then 2 weeks yesterday, we bought 2 baby trees. And we got a Royal Raindrop crabapple from Sullivan's.
Oh, nice.
At 25% off. Should we be watering the grass and the trees still?
Yes.
I agree.
It's just been
Absolutely.
It's been so dry, and the concern is that we'll forget about this drought next spring, and then we'll be wondering what's wrong with our trees. Not as much for the grass, but the trees, the shrubs, all need to continue to get watered all the way into November.
So what's the debate?
If it stays dry.
Is your husband afraid that it's going to freeze up if we have a hard freeze? Is that what he's worried
Yeah,
about?
he thinks we've already watered too much and we need to stop.
No. Yeah, even after we have a hard freeze of up to a week, the ground still holds the temperature, and it's not going to be a freeze thaw. So don't tell him that we said you're right, but you're right.
You're definitely right, because we're going to get that great root development in November and December.
Oh, she's shoving this up his nose right now.
Cindy joins us.
I told you I was right.
Cindy joins us on the program. Hi, Cindy.
Hi. I was wondering, I had a crabapple tree.
Crabapple, yep.
And it was planted in the perfect spot for bird viewing outside of my front door window. And I had to take it down, and I was wondering if that stump is ground out. Trust me, I've got a lot of volunteers coming up from the roots, but not in the right place. Can that be planted over with another crabapple tree?
I don't see why not. If you grind it up well.
Yeah, you grind it up well and then remove as much of the chip as possible. There's no reason why.
Tell them why you want to remove the chips. It steals all the nitrogen.
Steals the
if you
nitrogen.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Does that cause any damage to the equipment? I mean, I don't know what the roots look like sub-level and how deep they usually grind that with their machines.
It shouldn't hurt. The machines are carbide tips, and they spin them at such a high revolution that it just nicks off a little bit at a time. I don't think you're going to hurt their
I
equipment.
think Cindy is adorable for worrying about the contractor's equipment.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, yeah, grind it up, get rid of the chips, and get yourself a new crabapple tree. And trust me, the ones that you're going to buy in today's world will be a lot better than your last one. Fulton joins us on the program. Hi, Fulton.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Hello, Fulton.
Well, I got some big news. I won tickets yesterday on B15.7, and I'm going to go see the Siberian Orchestra.
Oh, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Perfect Christmas.
That's awesome.
Yep, taking my brother for his birthday on December 19th.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so fun.
That's so great.
Yeah, well, congratulations. How'd you have to win? Did you have to be the 8th caller?
I had to be the 10th caller.
10th caller.
Yep.
That is awesome. Well, congratulations. I hope you had a great time.
Yes, it's a fun time, so
All
I'll
right.
send you guys pictures.
The Christmas season is coming up. Fulton, thanks for the call.
Fulton, don't forget to take earplugs. Even if you're a young man, you can't believe how loud that place is.
And sunglasses.
And sunglasses.
And don't forget the
If we've learned anything today.
Oh, boy.
Hey, did we talk about what are we going to do with the the world's largest Christmas tree out there. The circle's a mess.
It is a mess.
They're
What's
working
going
on?
Didn't they get a permit or something?
I don't know, but it's,
The lights go up on the 14th.
But are they working? I mean, it's a mess out
Well,
there.
last year they were working on the other side, and so the south side is where the the lights festival, whatever Circle of Lights came on, and then this year it'll just swap. It'll go back to the north side.
I know, but still, it's a mess.
It's a mess, no doubt.
Joining us is it Harold? Horace the chemist. No.
There you go. Completely different question. I see some bushes around here that are turning so red that even with my color blindness, I can tell they're red. What are those?
They might be
probably be
Texas
burning bushes.
Burning bushes, yeah.
They're what? Burning bush.
Is the Euonymus.
Okay, is it a native species or not?
No, and it's actually on the naughty list. They would like. Yeah,
okay.
They've gotten rid of most. Sorry, your phone was a little crazy. They've gotten rid of most of the Euonymuses. That one can still be sold in Indiana, but the burning bush is on the naughty list.
They're so pretty.
They are pretty.
They weren't on that. We planted them all the way around our second house, and they're still gorgeous. But you just got to go after them. You got to trim them down. They'll go
They
crazy.
grow babies all around them. I mean, they grow fast.
Yeah.
I have one that had just one, and then before I knew it, we had four, and then we had.
That's why it's on the naughty list.
This is how much Terry loves me.
them.
I tell you that I'm allergic to these pumpkin guts. She keeps pushing this pumpkin closer and closer to me. I had it all under control, and now she's putting.
Terry, the show's almost
pumpkin
over now.
here.
Don't even bother.
She's trying to kill me.
Our plan of getting him to leave early.
I'm so sorry. We'll try.
What's coming up on the Today Show? Today Show?
First day
show.
Ooh, spooky mill race. The mill race monster. Have you heard of the mill race monster?
Tell us more.
Ooh, 50
Tell us a
year
minute's
anniversary in Columbus. The sighting was 50 years ago of the slimy, green, hairy monster
Where?
that found its way to the mill race park in Columbus, and it's been frightening people ever since.
Columbus, Indiana?
In Columbus, Indiana.
Yeah, we think it had something to do with Horace the chemist, but we're not
Slimy,
sure.
And it leaves a slime trail on your car.
Has it been seen recently?
Not lately.
You know what the theory was is that if you put salt on it, you'd kill it like a slug. Yeah, so that's why you find all the salt in Columbus.
Are you talking to an expert?
We're talking to an expert tomorrow about that. And also Taylor Swift, the songs behind her songs. We have an author that will join us. We're going to give away a fantastic book.
You know what you should do? You should have Taylor on your show.
Well,
I bet that would be easy to do.
I don't know. I hate, it's just like Valerie Bertinelli. I don't want to think I'm going to be her best friend, and then I get her on the air, and we're not. And that goes, and then
Taylor
I'm
wouldn't
ruined.
do that to you. Taylor's do that to you.
Taylor's everything
Next thing
does.
you know what,
Would you
she's
get
writing a
this
song
damn
about
pumpkin off my
Terry
side of the
Stacy.
Hey, we'll see you next week. Terry, we'll see you tomorrow morning on the first day. Abdul's next.
I had that pumpkin smell out of my nose and the